always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, put your hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
All right, morning. How we doing this morning? Oh, man, another beautiful morning, boys and ladies. Okay, we got, let's see. Guns and Goblins? What is this? I need to play this new Vampire Crawlers one. It looks really good. Okay. Oh wow, we've got quite a few things today. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, what? Did they hook us up last night? Oh dang. Okay, hold on, wait. Got a lot of new stuff. I don't think this game's gonna be very good. Or maybe I'll be wrong. How's it going, darling? How's it going, got a fish?
Is the strongest of tides from the shore. Lost cause.
You know, I might actually be wrong about this game. Those environments do look pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie.
Ruled by the eclipse. I search for you and find only death.
I might actually be wrong about this one. This game actually looks like it might be pretty good. I might have to invest in this game now. Hold on. I thought Saros was going to be bad, but maybe I'm wrong. The enemies do look really sick.
Every time, one step closer to answers. To more power.
This is a newly established colony.
All that matters is finding you.
There's no way to get home, and you can just...
He's returned to us.
Oh, they're using the back like a Dead Space. That must be the health, so that way there's no HUD. So if you pay attention to this spot on his back, you'll notice in some scenes it's blue. Watch.
To more power.
This is a newly established colony.
All that matters is finding you.
There's no way to get home, and you can just...
He's returned to us.
Maybe not.
The sun is forever. And so am I.
Yeah, maybe I was wrong about this game. This game does actually look pretty good. April 30th, that's this month. I'll have to check it out. I'll probably make a video about this one and put a link down in the description so y'all can give me a little bit of kickback for getting the game. Airport contraband. Aladara Report Airport. Is this going to be like Contraband Police?
Your shift starts in 4 minutes. Take this.
Oh,
Jose
yeah, it
will
absolutely
guide you
is.
From the control tower.
Oh, that sucks. What the hell is that? What is that? Is that alcohol? That game looks like it might be pretty fun. The heck is this? Project Myth. Is the whale shooting at him? Oh my god, the whale shooting at him. Oh, I like the idea. War of the Dragon. What is this?
A wind rises once again.
Oh, what's this?
This is not the beginning. Because there are no beginnings nor endings to the turning of the wheel of time.
Garbage. Oh yeah, so yeah. Here we go. They finally released the new Assassin's Creed. Well, it's not new. It's Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync.
fly no colors out here, but praise the lack of them.
I've heard good things about Black Flag. In fact, a lot of people wish that the newer Assassin's Creeds were Black Flags. So I look forward to playing this.
So let the Black Flag signal nothing but your allegiance to man's natural freedoms.
That actually looks really good.
If a man plays the fool, then it's only fools he'll persuade, but appear to be the devil. And all men will submit.
We're pirates, kid. We take as we please and become who we like.
But that look ain't you. It's not who you are.
Who am I then?
You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a knack for this kind of work.
It ain't work if you love it.
Ain't that the truth? So that's trailer 1, and this is trailer 2.
Hello, pirates. Matt Ryan here, the voice of Edward Kenway. And this is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. 13 years after the original, this remake brings the classic game back to life.
This looks phenomenal, and I will absolutely play this when it comes out.
Rebuilt from the ground up with the latest Anvil engine to deliver the most thrilling pirate adventure. All right, let's set sail.
Dash my buttons. Your life seems a grand...
I gotta talk about this, because some pissant in my comments yesterday was trying to tell me that it would be more realistic. It'd be more realistic if the boats could capsize. And there was a few of them in my comments, too, on a short that I had made. So I Googled it. The pirate ships of the day couldn't capsize. They could only capsize from being sunk in battle because they were built for speed and maneuverability. Bro tried to double down on it, and I was like, I'm gonna give you a perma if you don't stop. And then I did a little bit more thinking about it. Right? And that and a little help. I couldn't help but come to this conclusion. You're talking about trying to add capsizing in a game to make it realistic. Well, then why don't you make it to where the sails don't go against the wind? Dumbass. It's this mentality of trying to slopify every game on the market because you want to make it a 1,000+ hour game for no reason. Do you know who benefits from spending 20 minutes building a boat in a game and then it capsizing is? Well, I don't know, but it damn sure ain't the player. That's just annoying. It's annoying. It adds nothing to the gameplay. And the people that keep saying that are stupid, because that's not realistic at all. Exactly. I even posted that in the Discord, and I was like, take care of this fool. I don't understand it. It's like they genuinely just want to go out of their way to make everything for sweats. Go play your own damn game. Go play a Souls-like if you want realism. This isn't made for real, but it's a survival a pirate game. I don't care what it is. It's unrealistic. Those ships didn't capsize. Look at the mast on those ships back then. They were massive. And they didn't capsize for a reason. God damn. Like, there's nothing that makes me stop playing a game faster than tedious gameplay. If it's so tedious, it takes you 20 minutes to build a ship, and then it immediately capsizes for no reason. I don't want to play a game like that. It's not fun. It's just stupid and annoying. It doesn't add to the gameplay or the benefit of the player at all. Oh, but the realism, no one cares, man. You're just trying to find a reason for people to not play it. Go away. Go play a different game.
My buttons.
I'm sorry, I had to go on a rant about that because it was bothering me all day yesterday.
Your life seems a grand one, if I may say. So full of adventure.
You play as Captain Edward Kenway, a rebellious scoundrel eager to make a name.
Yo, this looks so good. This looks so good, bro. This looks so good. I am so ready to play this game when it comes out. Look at this, boys. Look at the detail.
A rebellious scoundrel eager to make a name for himself in the pursuit of glory, freedom, and a search for a better life.
Seen your face before.
I bet their ships don't capsize either. Are they going to be complaining and crying that the ships in this game don't capsize? What about Odyssey? I didn't see anyone complaining then.
Yous mates with them pirates down in Nassau.
Shut your bloody gob or I'll fill it with shot, you hear me?
Edward, is it?
After crossing paths...
Dude, what a schizo. You know what? You ain't even worth it. Well, actually, you know what?
The assassins.
Easy ban right there. That was an easy ban.
Into their centuries-old conflict with
there you go. Now you'll stop getting me on your feet.
Treasures at stake. Along the way, he joins forces with infamous.
I missed that little segment.
Into their... After crossing. After crossing paths.
Ooh, this is 8 minutes. Hell yeah, let's go.
And Templars, Edward is drawn into their centuries-old conflict with secret locations and legendary treasures at stake.
Ain't no spoilers in this. If you think there's spoilers in this, by the way, go play the base game. It's been out for 13 years. Don't sit here and talk about spoilers either.
Along the way, he joins forces with infamous pirates.
I haven't played it and I don't care.
Such
been
as
out for 13 years.
Charles Vane, and Blackbeard.
Blackbeard?
With them, he helps establish a short-lived, lawless republic following the pirate code and defying empires built on cruelty and greed. Together, in their search for freedom, power, and riches, they'll fight across a treacherous tropical paradise.
You think the people that bought Ubisoft specifically to make this game? Because people bought Ubisoft. There were a group of people, I think it was like Tencent bought Ubisoft. Do you think they bought Ubisoft specifically to bring this game back? You think like the person that bought it was like, I want to play this game so bad? Windrose looks amazing.
From dangerous
a lot of people in chat have played Windrose and say nothing but good things about it. So as soon as it comes to, I've been told that it was on a Steam Deck, but I can't. I don't know. I don't know.
Untamed lands and bustling historical cities.
You play it on a Steam Deck? What the fuck? How are you able to play it on a Steam Deck?
The thriving and wealthy jewel of the Caribbean ruled by Templars, to Kingston's bustling trade hub.
See, that's the problem, is a lot of people think that the survival aspect of it is just a grind. And 9 times out of 10 it is. Especially whenever you have gamers out there getting into people's chat for saying that it's a good thing. It doesn't take 30 hours to make a ship just for it to capsize.
And Nassau, the beating heart of the pirate republic. Each city offers a distinct atmosphere shaped by opportunity.
I mean, it's just the matter of checking it. Yesterday, whenever I got off, I was just so done with everything. I like didn't even play anything. I just kind of relaxed and watched XQC and a little bit of Asmon. I was like, I'm done with life, bro. I'm done with life.
It's a new level of immersion and realism, powered by high-resolution textures, enhanced lighting.
I need to look at Steam. I'm going to do that today.
Detailed environments. And a new dynamic weather system.
Oh my god, the game has a dynamic weather system. That's really cool. That is so pretty. I look forward to playing this.
Even underwater exploration is more expansive, more beautiful, and more perilous than ever before.
Whoa!
With seamless access to cities and locations, the world feels truly alive.
Ships docked.
Yeah, but My issue is that if you're gonna go through the trouble to add capsizing into the game, like you're not gonna just. Don't give these people excuses. Don't give them excuses. They don't get that. That's not what they deserve.
Creating the perfect backdrop for a life.
And doesn't it cost like a couple of wood to remake your ship? Something like that?
Edge,
there's like a couple of
where
wood.
freedom is earned and danger is never far away.
Yeah, they are. They're resyncing Black Flag like they're remaking it.
Time to draw swords, lads. The combat system has been entirely reworked into an action-oriented experience.
Oh, nice.
While wielding dual swords, pistols, and hidden blades.
I love that you can dual wield.
Now plays a specific role with faster, more fluid attacks and combos.
Damn.
Land a perfect parry to open up your target for an instant kill.
Why isn't there any blood?
With up to 4 chained takedowns. Use walls, ledges, and breakables to your advantage.
Where's the blood at?
Keep track of your opponents and use all your tools to level the playing field. But fight recklessly, and you will be punished. Whether you're on the hunt or on the run, mastering your environment is key. As you navigate through cities and jungles, you'll experience smooth and improved iconic parkour moves. From free jumps, to back ejects, and side ejects. These options offer a range of reactive movements, giving you tighter control, resulting in greater speed and deadlier assassinations.
Been blazing, what's that mean?
Being a pirate assassin often calls for a subtle approach. With Resynced and its enriched stealth system, you can now crouch freely as part of your toolkit to approach targets.
Hey, you like that? Bro, I used to just do gaming. I would just get on and immediately start gaming. I'd put it like any game I play in the hardest difficulty. I would sit down and do like entire playthroughs of God of War, the first 3, and then Ascension. I'd sit down and do that in an entire game in one stream, and then like do that like I used to revisit that every year. I just stopped doing it because, dude, it don't get any views on YouTube. None. Not a single view. Well, I mean, other than, you know, God and a Fish, but other than that, nothing. I got to New Game Plus 6 and Elden Ring on stream. Like, I played all the way through it, even the DLCs, all the way to New Game Plus 6. Never did the New Game Plus 7. Never got around to it.
Tailing and eavesdropping missions have also been revamped. In the original game, getting discovered meant instant desynchronization. Yes, this was a pretty big pain point. We remember. Now, the action continues. Your objectives remain, but your target will react, and you must adapt accordingly. All these new interactions offer multiple ways to succeed and progress in your missions. Of course, this wouldn't be a real pirate adventure without a ship.
Yeah, let's talk about that ship. Like, I want, because like in Odyssey, you could upgrade the cannons and stuff, and you can steal crew members from other ships whenever you beat them. Can you cleave other ships in half? Like, let's talk about that.
Jackdaw. You named your brig after a poxy bird.
The Jackdaw. What a beauty. Set sail and freely roam the Caribbean. Now equipped with even more firepower, the Jackdaw can conquer the high seas like never before.
Oh, that's cool. What? That's really cool. Woo!
With new alternate fire upgrades for every weapon, you now have more power and flexibility to
Bro went into a wall of cannon fire.
Come opponent ships in any situation.
Bro, that dinghy. Bro, what are you doing? Why are you here?
You will engage in epic battles, boarding parties, and fort raids. All of these are back, and as challenging, dangerous, and exciting.
Oh, you can board ships. Okay. Okay.
To reinforce your crew, 3 brand new officers make their entrance. Lucy Baldwin, the Padre, and Deadman Smith. Each officer has a unique narrative quest line that reveals their backstory.
Damn, so they added new characters with quest lines. That's what's up, man.
Gain their trust to recruit them to your crew and benefit from their special gameplay abilities. Deadman Smith, for example, unlocks a double shot from broadside weapons.
That's cool. Damn.
Explore the Caribbean alongside your crewmates and trusty pet. That's right, you can now find a cat or monkey for the jackdaw.
Yo, I gotta find the monkey. I don't care about the damn cat. I want the monkey.
You can now find a cat or monkey.
Monkey, 100%. 100%. I'm gonna be rolling up in that bitch like it's the Pearl, bro.
Engage and plunder other vessels. Steer through violent storms, rogue waves. Or just soak up the sun, regaled by shanties new and old.
For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her.
It's not
Assassin's Creed
multiplayer.
Black Flag Resynced offers a deeper, more immersive adventure that remains faithful to what players love, while enriching the experience.
Oh, we're gonna have to ban Sticks. That's it. Sticks is cooked.
Enhanced gameplay features and fresh quests and storylines, including ones for the officers
And
you
you
met
know what's sad is some people actually really think that too. Man, how sick must you be?
earlier, and just between you and me, new narrative arcs involving our old friends, Blackbeard and Steed.
Really? So they added even more quests after the quests. Yo, I love to see it. Let's go. Yo, hold on, wait a minute. Is Ubisoft making a comeback? Ubisoft might be making a comeback, boys.
Empires, and relive the era's explosive events amidst the ancient war between assassins and Templars in the ultimate pirate fantasy. Gold, infamy, and adventure
Hey,
await.
you got a Wind Rose server?
Raise the
I didn't think they
black
had that yet.
Again.
I didn't think they had servers quite yet. Yo, Assassin's Creed. Oh! I gotta get this. I'm gonna have to get this, guys. I gotta get this. I have to get this. Guys, I need money. I'm gonna have to get this. Holy crap, so they're... Dude, look at that! Yo! That is sick. Oh, it's fabric. It's a cloth map. Oh, the notes as well. The steelbook. Oh. That's sick. Wait, what is that? What is that? Is that some kind of like badge? Yeah, it's gotta be some kind of badge, right? Oh! You should take a look at Beanie Sanders called out W Dono, by the way, W5 gifted, or 5 Dono, $5 Hasan and went calling him a extremist. Un-American. Oh, he is. Hasan Piker is an un-American extremist. He says he is. It's completely obvious. If you actually think that Hasan is pro-American, bro, you're cooked. He's absolutely un-American. He says he's un-American. He says he hates Western culture. Of course, he hates America. I'm totally getting that, boys. I'll do an unboxing for it. I don't know where the hell I'm going to put it. I don't know where I'm going to put the statue. Maybe if I move the Doom Eternal, maybe if I move Doom Dark Ages, I could probably move him somewhere else and put that there maybe. Damn, Ubisoft might be coming back, guys. Ubisoft been eating the poop for so long, they might be coming back. Oh, this looks good. What is this? What is this? Oh, W another 5 gifted. $5, I mean. Thing that makes it hilarious, Hasan is a huge supporter of Bernie! Oh my god, dude, I'm an idiot. Bernie Sanders. Well, I mean, Bernie Sanders is... If Bernie Sanders had stayed into the race whenever he was running, I probably would have voted for him, I'm not gonna lie. I liked his universal basic healthcare, or healthcare... No, it's healthcare for all. I like the idea of that. But Bernie Sanders is not the same person now that he was then. I know. How could you say that? Well, the thing is he's not the same person. That's just how it is. Bernie Sanders kind of fell off a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, no. I think it's hilarious that Bernie doesn't like him. I do. I think it's hilarious because nobody should like Hasan. Hasan is a extremist that calls for violence on an almost daily basis towards anybody that's his political opponent. My friends, that is the base foundation or a pillar in communism. And I don't want anything to do with that. It's disgusting. And I don't like it. I, quite frankly, don't really like Hasan either. I don't think he's really... I think he's very audience captured. I don't think he's that big of a bad guy, but I also don't trust it either.
Albion Online is coming to console. More adventure. More... Hang on. What's
What is
that
this?
glowing crypt thing?
Sorry. I don't know what this is.
One rift glaive.
I don't know what this is, man.
Finally.
I don't know. Why does that look like... That, low-key, that kind of looks like, oh my gosh, what is that Souls like? Liza P. This kind of looks like Liza P. I wonder where they got their inspiration.
Maybe in a dream. A sea, deep within the mind. It is called the Vapor World.
Is this... Where am I?
Bro. Come on. Bro wakes up in a crater, looks just like Liza P next to a train. We all know what you're trying to do here. We all know what you're trying to do. Blue, like the eager ergo.
Sorrow becomes the beast. Guilt, the prison.
He's even got the big wrench, bro. He's even got the big wrench. He's got the big wrench. Bro. No. No. What is this? Oh, what's this? Oh, what's this? What is this? Hold on. Oh? Yep, I'm playing this. Yep. I'm gonna play this. Yep, I'm playing this. Whatever this is, I'm playing it. Ooh, there's a parry system. Bruh. Ooh. I actually, and this is not sarcastic, I swear, I love gameplay trailers. I love that they're just gameplay. I don't have to be tricked by an animation on how the actual game looks. They just show the gameplay. It feels like a lot of these game developers are just so scared to show the gameplay because they think that nobody will buy the game. I hate to break it to you, but you're going to have to show the gameplay eventually, whether you like it or not, because people are just going to wait for a bunch of content creators to view the gameplay. It's almost like this self-conscious, like, scared to show the gameplay thing. And I just don't understand it. If you spent so much time and effort on making a game, own that shit, man. Own it. Own it. Seriously. If you got so much hard work and dedication into the game, own it. And the people that will admire the fact that you're honest and transparent, you'll win them over every time. That's cool. Is this multiplayer? So this is another game that's called Mistfall. It's called Mistfall Hunter. That's what all the Mistfalls. So this game just came out. I'll most likely have a link in, because I'm definitely going to turn this one into a thing. If y'all get this, y'all's copy of this game, there'll be a link down in the description of this video whenever I make it, or even in the stream, after stream. Y'all can click, and y'all can give me a little bit of kickback, like a couple percentage.
God, please. Help us, sinful children
This game just came out.
of the average Italian countryside. Ah, shit.
I'm gonna play this game. I am. The same person that made Vampire Survivors made this one. So you know it's gonna be good.
Whip it! Stronger!
It's a lot like, I think, Slay the Spire, the one that just came out.
Attack.
I don't go without a fight.
Well, how's it going, Appalachian TV?
We're back! Nope, we never left. To kill monsters.
Grease and green leather couch.
To explore maps. To find treasure. To love. To shine.
Game demos used to be like a must for every game. Yo, W Vampire Crawlers. I'm totally gonna play this game, by the way. Totally gonna play this game. As soon as I'm done with Mouse PI for Hire, I'm gonna play that game. It'll be between that and Diablo 2. Ah, no! I closed IGN, hold on. Damn it.
Dad, please. You don't want to do this.
I came to this planet for one reason. To conquer it.
That cinematic looks so good. If they made the anime look like this, dude, I would. Oh man. I've heard some people say that the animations for the show look like shit. Fuck you. I think the show looks amazing.
Stand for the cause and a
I think it was Charlie that said that.
For revenge, then I left. The journey's more than a climb, so if you can't walk in my shoes, then you can't speak on mine.
Hit me. As hard as you can.
Happy to.
Mark, where are we?
Took the words right out of my mouth.
So,
Your government will comply with our demands, as will all the nations of Earth.
We cannot allow that to happen.
no. This is an Invincible fighter game is what this is. If you're wondering what this animation's for, it's for a game. It is, in fact, for a game. The game looks kind of good. The more that they're showing and polishing, the better it looks.
For this, I just know it. Wait, epically fucked.
Man, they did him dirty.
Just know it. Wait.
They did that character so dirty, bro. Well, you know what? Let me take that back. Actually, he kind of died for a good reason. I'm so sad.
Are we clear now?
Oh well.
You're one
Whatever.
of us, or you're
Whatever.
dead.
That was my bad.
Fuck
that was my bad.
Suppose that's a decision.
Yo, what are these suits? Hold on.
Or you're dead.
Yo, these look sick. I've never seen these before. What are these from?
Fuck you.
I suppose that's a decision.
Suppose that's a decision. Yo, dang, that animation was sick. I'm actually thoroughly impressed. I am, genuinely. Oh, we got a good lineup today. I don't know what happened over the night. Maybe IGN finally snapped out of it, huh? Oh, God. Do we want to watch this? I definitely don't want to watch that. What is this? I'm not gonna lie, the new Zombies animation looked really good. They've definitely been upping their game on trying to sell these games.
I am Edward Richtofen. And I assure you that Group 935's goals will make the world a better place.
Fuck, it's cold here. Did I survive this long just to freeze to death?
I don't like inflicting pain.
Oh, what is that?
I kill best in cold. That should warm you up.
Am I the only person that only sees traps as a waste of money? Bro, it's hard to get that money. Why are you wasting it on traps? I can understand, like, if it stays the same amount every time you use the trap. But, like, you just can't have anything good in the Zombies maps anymore. Because, like, it goes up by, like, 5,000 or 6,000 every time you use a trap. And it's like, dude, I'd rather save the money in case I go down. It sucks, like...
It's gonna be a scorcher today. That's a lot of claw meat.
And O'Neill, the ocean.
Oh, that's kind of cool. They should let a player be that character. What if the player was able to play this character? You know? Wouldn't that be pretty sick? Like, think about that. Think about if COD could really cash in with that. What if they made this character, you know, like the unkillable character or like the semi-killable character in the map, a player? Like, usually that, like, every couple rounds you get like a mini boss that's kind of big. Like, what if that was a player? Morning. Oh, don't forget to hit like on the stream, guys. I completely forget to say that. Don't forget to hit like on the stream. It helps out with the views. I always forget to say that.
Is at an end.
Man, I think that these developers are finally starting to realize where their faults are. They're having to go back and remake all these good maps that they used to have and all these good games, man. They're trying to start from scratch. This game looks good as well. This looks like another indie game. I love this art style. Damn! Oh, this is that one game. Oh, this game looks kind of cool. So I think this game looks really cool. Yeah, did you see that? Oh, bro's cooked. Oh, bro's cooked. Oh, what? Oi! Third party? Oh. Uh-oh. Damn. Well. That's really cool. He was like, wait a minute, that's a way bigger tank. Dude, look at the size of that one compared to the other two. Oh. Oh. Oh, he's trying. He's trying. What? Yo! What? Whoa, hold on. Wait, what? Yo, what the fuck? What did I just witness? Yo, every time I see this game, it gets cooler and cooler. That's sick. If that's a multiplayer game, that might actually be really good. Oh, damn, they got the Saros review. We can watch this and take it with a grain of salt, boys. Is that everything? I don't think there's anything else, right? Yeah. Wait, what is that?
Times, against our better judgment, we do the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different outcome. Developer,
you know what that's called? That's called the definition of madness. Or insanity. It's called the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome.
Housemarque's new third-person bullet hell shooter, Saros, explores this idea in
I knew it. I could tell it was a bullet hell. I could tell.
The roguelite level structure, the repeated combat encounters, and the internal conflicts of its main character, Arjun. It also has a similar gameplay foundation to its predecessor, Returnal, with fluid gunplay and deft movement, but in trying to be more thematically ambitious, Saros opens itself up to pitfalls Returnal didn't have to manage, leaving some of its more interesting threads unsatisfyingly hanging. Still, its tough as nails combat is worth getting good for, even when its repetition can wear you down.
I think that a lot of developers are getting lost in the sauce when it comes to that. Like, repetition is good, but when repetition is just so much of the same thing, people lose interest in it that they no longer play it. It's a problem. People don't want their time to be wasted. Stop wasting people's time.
Arjun Devraj is an expeditioner for the Space Corps Soltari. He sports the voice and likeness of actor Rahul Kohli, who absolutely nails the leading role.
This is what it does. It gets in our heads, and it twists, and it turns.
His crew is sent out to investigate the disappearance of previous expeditions on Carcosa, a planet riddled with biomechanical imagery and the Gothic architecture of a lost alien civilization. The science fantasy and Geiger influence is definitely used effectively here. It's also reminiscent of the modern Doom games, especially when its chaotic combat encounters and pounding soundtrack evoke a similar feeling. You quickly realize that something is extremely off, with each solar eclipse turning the planet into a hellscape and inducing a deep psychosis that chips away at everyone's well-being as tensions grow increasingly hostile.
There's a second one? Where's the first
There
one?
are parallels to works like Heart of Darkness or Apocalypse Now, but Saros is more of an adaptation of the 19th century anthology The King in Yellow by Robert Chambers. It pulls names and themes directly from the book itself while brushing up against a little cosmic horror. You see Arjun battling with his own sanity and past decisions as you get further and have to ponder, what is Saltari's real purpose?
The first video I see of Postal 2 is a dude twerking.
Does that matter? Why does Arjun keep respawning as few even bat an eye? Is any of this real?
Well, how's it going, Robert?
As you unpack what Saros is really
That's
about.
Robot.
And you do so primarily by blasting through multiple run-based levels that make
How
up
you doing
Carcosa.
today, boss?
The more you familiarize yourself with the unrelenting attack patterns of enemies and learn how to be effectively aggressive with weapons you vibe with, the closer you get to a flow state that speedy shooters like this uniquely tap into. It's strongly rooted in Returnal's design philosophies, with a few edges sanded off, and while I don't think Saros is necessarily an evolution,
You use a
I came
cat
away
as
with
a
a sated
silencer?
appetite for House
What
Mark's
the
house
hell?
style.
Bro, that is weird. What?
Carcosa's various biomes are broken up into distinct levels, which themselves must be completed in a single run to make progress. It's a different way of packaging a similar idea.
Yeah, it's called a roguelike. That's what it's called. It's called a roguelike. It's nothing new. Roguelikes, you have to do the exact same
with
thing.
Each run, pulling from a defined set of rooms to generate the path forward.
Yeah.
Some rooms emphasize platforming challenges, most throw hordes of biomechanical amalgamations at you, and some are a tough mix of both. Runs do begin to blend together, as the cadence doesn't really change that much since the parameters are fairly tight. But in a game like this, death is part of the process, and each failed run is a training ground for what you ultimately need to do. Get through the level as healthy as possible.
Hold on. How the hell is anybody supposed to train for this?
Since the parameters are fairly tight. But in a game like this, death is part of the process.
Look at all this
and each
crap.
failed
Look at all this shite, bro. Like how? Like what?
run is a training ground for what you ultimately need to do. Get through the level as healthy as possible and defeat its boss in one fell swoop.
That's crazy.
This largely works because, like it has done historically, Housemarque makes damn good shooters.
I would assume that you can parry the blues, but the reds you get hit by, or the oranges.
from 2D and top-down shmups such as Resogun and Ex Machina to the third-person bullet hell of Returnal. So speed and agility are priorities, and that's balanced with a generous tracking system for aiming, which makes Saros play a little closer to an arcade shooter.
This just looks like a roguelike Doom. That's what it looks like.
I often relied on the Onslaught rifle that disables auto-aim altogether for powerful shots, or the Smart rifle that homes in on targets to let me focus on mobility. Most guns come with a satisfying impact, including pistols that remain relevant throughout, and the late-game ripsaws that tear through enemies with damage.
Why the hell would you want to use a pistol in this? It sounds like you just like making your life a misery, like, why?
All of which come with different perks and in several variations that drop randomly during runs. Saros makes brilliant use of the DualSense controller's haptic feedback here, mapping its alternate fire modes to a half-trigger pull.
Yeah, no one cares. No one cares. No one cares. No one in the world cares about that. You know who cares about that? An IGN reviewer sitting behind his desk hating his life and hating his job. That's who cares about that. Don't worry, we don't care what your checklist says, I promise you.
That you physically feel, and the windup of your power ability to a full trigger pull, both of which are crucial to execute at a moment's notice.
And you know what's even crazier is that you could just disable that in the settings. Which shows that it's not a necessary part of the game.
Firepower is only half the battle, because the most challenging part of Saros is reacting to the colorful beams that hound you on the battlefield. Enemies fire off a rapid mix of blue shots that can be absorbed to fuel your shield and power ability, red shots that can be parried but not blocked, and yellow shots that build corruption to limit your max health, but empower certain weapons. So knowing when to evade and when to take those hits head on is something you'll constantly have to process and learn to love. Where fighting through hordes of aliens in combat arenas is about managing the chaos of everything they throw at you, boss fights are more about attention to detail, where swift visual and audio cues tip you off to what's coming, asking you to be quick enough to position yourself and react while still finding windows of opportunity to get your own shots in. This dynamic tapped into a little bit of my rhythm game skills, and it's this test of your reflexes that I enjoyed most, even in moments of frustration, because I knew coming out of the other end, it would be a moment of triumph.
Contra? That'd be crazy. A Contra roguelike?
Saros eases the friction of Returnal a bit by putting a bigger focus on permanent resources and upgrades. Back at the home base hub area, you'll work through a skill tree that improves your health, shield and power potency, and rate of resource gathering. Certain branches can boost weapon leveling to help you pick up better versions in runs or make your clutch ultimate ability stronger. But progress isn't necessarily about deepening your skill set or fundamentally changing your playstyle. Rather, it's about making its challenges a little bit more manageable for future runs, and hopefully you can play smarter as well. These are incremental upgrades that are important to obtain because things do get very difficult. But this is why Saros can get pretty monotonous at times. Instead of challenging you to think creatively about combat, more weight is put on your ability to survive in a war of attrition. I respect that approach, but when you have to spend 20 to 30 minutes going through the motions in a level just to get another shot at the boss, the repetition begins to settle in. I suppose it comes with the territory for a roguelite shooter of this style, where build crafting isn't really a thing, outside of hopefully plucking out your preferred weapons and powers with a good set of perks. It's an approach that has its merits, demanding that you stay locked in during a run, but that doesn't stop it from feeling tedious in spots. As a PlayStation 5 exclusive, Saros seems like it's trying to align itself more closely with Sony's other prestige single-player games by having a more deliberate, high-concept story. Themes of trying to break harmful cycles, coming to terms with grave mistakes, and even struggles with sexual identity work their way into what initially seems like something primarily inspired by Hollywood sci-fi.
Well, guess I was right.
Commend that approach because there are intriguing threads to pull on, but the ways the storytelling comes up short really stick out when there's a bigger emphasis on it this time around. Saros gets halfway there, but unfortunately leaves many of its stronger plot lines underdeveloped.
I thought you were. Oh well.
Arjun is a compelling lead because while he's dead set on chasing someone important to him on Carcosa, something deeper continually brews inside him. His stubbornness manifests in various ways as he simultaneously tries to make sense of the loop that he's stuck in.
I can't let her. I can't let them down.
There are moments when Saros built toward revelations that felt like breakthroughs in the story, which had me engaged, but sometimes those moments would be teed up without the follow-through required for them to fully pay off. Flawed, even irredeemable characters can be really interesting, and feeling conflicted about these kinds of stories.
What do y'all think they gonna give this? What do y'all think they're gonna give this game? I'm hearing a lot of negative things come from the reviewer's mouth. They gave the Mouse PI a 6, a 7. Surely this game will get a 4, right?
Is a fascinating mental exercise to work through, but you need a deft hand to truly pull that off. Most supporting characters have arcs that boil down to their descent into madness told in voice notes, and aside from a select few back at base and a bossy Soltari computer that has a bit of an identity crisis, there isn't much added depth.
How could Soltari miss so much?
Outside of a few cutscenes, there are brief conversations with the crew, but they feel stilted and have weird face animations. At least they serve into feeding into the...
So there's not even really a storyline here. So what you're telling me is that there's not even a storyline.
Setting.
My job is to keep my team.
Man, damn, I was right. Don't you just love it, boys? Don't you just love it when you call something out and everyone tells you you're wrong and then you just get validated? Don't you just love it?
Team alive.
However, Saros does have some of the strongest use of readable data logs I've seen. Beyond just being flavor text.
I'm sorry, but you can't even say that the game has extensively high quality gameplay. Just go play Doom. I'm sorry, like, I don't...
There's some great writing that provides insights in the form of Soltari reports, employee data,
that's right, go
woke,
go broke,
entries which create a kind of thematic texture that's genuinely effective. And I wish some of this found its way into the main story. It doesn't help that the storytelling is so abstracted that it obscures your understanding of what is actually happening. Now, I'm not asking for its message to be spoon-fed to me, or its twisting sequence of events to be laid out in broad daylight, but I do expect a story to create through lines that lead to something we can define with only the pieces we're given. Some of my favorite stories and games leave things up to interpretation, because there's real power in connecting the threads for yourself.
I was wondering about if the story was going to be good, because I'm going to be honest, the gameplay just doesn't look that compelling to me. It just doesn't. It doesn't make me want to buy the game at all. Now, the mobs, that's a little different. But, like, it doesn't really matter if I don't have a really big badass gun to blow them up with, you know?
We had to lay the groundwork to let us piece it together and form our own perspectives. I get the sense that Saros relied a little too heavily on its literary inspiration to fill those gaps.
Access the device and follow the path you opened.
Returnal was impactful because it solely focused on Celine and her time loop fighting through Atropos. It used that format to reflect her personal struggles that were subtle in the early hours, then gave you the means to paint a clearer picture the deeper you got.
What the heck?
Roguelite as a metaphor works so well here, and its parallels hit hard when you reached a point where it all started to connect. Saros bites off more than it could chew, which I can admire, but the actual execution struggles to send the message it thinks it's sending. With Saros, Housemarque once again proved that its bullet hell sensibilities mesh incredibly well with fluid and super challenging action. This is primarily a test of skill that's as much a rhythmic dance
I just don't see why they do this. Like, it's hard enough to get people to play roguelite or roguelikes in general. Like, why wouldn't you give it a reasonably good story? You know?
It's a fireworks
like,
show.
with Hades, it was different. They had to make the first game have a good story. The second game had a poop story, and that's the reason why a lot of people were alienated. It's just like, they had that audience built up, but Saros doesn't have that luxury. I don't know why they would do this.
Punch-packing sci-fi arsenal. The roguelite structure doesn't always work in its favor, as it struggles to balance the repetition that's a natural part of the genre with a strong sense of progression. Although going through the motions was still fine, because at least I could sharpen my skills for some sick boss fights that were as difficult as they were fun. I'm left conflicted after the 22 hours I put into seeing it all the way through to its true ending, though. There's a bigger emphasis on story this time around, and it's more ambitious in some respects, which I can appreciate, but when its strongest ideas are a bit too abstracted, powerful themes can end up ringing hollow. So while it's eclipsed by its
just another slop game made to make money, that's
predecessor
it.
in some important ways, Saros was still
7, bro. It should have been like a 5. The gameplay doesn't even look that good, bro. Like, and you said that it gets tedious at times. It's got like dude, like, what are these scores? What are these scores, IGN? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, man?
Banging my head
like,
against
seriously.
over and over again. If in ways, Saros was still worth banging my head against over and over again. If you want more on recent Saros was still worth banging my head against over and over again.
Why? When you play a game, you're supposed to play it to relax and turn your brain off. If you're just sitting there banging your head into a wall over and over again for $70, why play it? It's that same concept with the ship making and then the capsizing in Windrose. Why do you want to add more tedious gameplay to a game? It doesn't add anything. It just makes it more annoying. Like, how does that add fun and fundamentals to the game? It doesn't. Oh, but realistic, bro, it's a game. Go build your own goddamn ship. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Why? It's like, oh, well, we'll just deal with it. Dude, stop eating the poop. Stop eating it. If they're serving it to you on a silver platter, knock it out of their hand. This should easily been a 4.
Recent sci-fi shooters, you should check out my review of
Bro, I just can't. Bro.
Just wanted to...
So, this is pretty big. So, David, who was a big-time rapper, well, not really big-time, but he was moving up in the ranks really quickly. Well, he's in a lot of trouble.
To share the latest in the David murder case. This has been something I've been actively following. I know
So, like, he, I guess, was doing things with a neighbor that was 13, and then he ended up killing her because she was threatening to, go to the police with what he was doing and ruin his career, so he, like, killed her and chopped up her body. Like, pretty awful stuff. It's pretty awful. And then he, like, put her in the back of a car and, like, left her there for, like, a couple weeks or a month or so.
About the case since
like, his music was getting so popular that even people like XQC had it on his stream. Like, it was kind of insane.
Well, time to make it a trilogy, because I think it's important to cover this. There were a lot of people, and still, even in the face of everything I'm about to tell you that was brought up today from the prosecution, there are still a lot of people that are fighting tooth and nail.
I got something better than the wood chipper. You see, like, if you're doing something like that, there's a specific type of hell where that's reserved. Damn it, that's specifically for you. Here we go. So what you got to do is you got to get one. You got to get one of these.
Someone I know who doesn't believe we went to the moon. So I said,
Got yourself.
The victim is placed naked in the metal room with a rough grit sandpaper conveyor belt floor. The floor is moving very slowly and never stops. The victim would have to walk constantly to avoid being scraped. The victim will tire and pass out, and the conveyor would pin him against the wall and start scraping his flesh. This will wake the victim up and keep him in agony until he bleeds out days later.
That's what we need right here. That's what we need right here, boys. Yes, sir. I think the wood chipper's too quick. I'll say that.
Using their shield to defend David, still believing with their whole heart and 2 neurons that he was framed and is actually a victim in all of this as well, because he had nothing to do with the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a child whom David was dating, by the way. And the Dummies for David movement always likes to, bury that one as quickly as possible. He's homeschooled, so he didn't know. And he's just a little zany. He's a little quirky. I had no idea. That's bad. It's fucking lunacy to be acting like he's some blameless angel in all of this, in spite of all of the evidence that the public has access to. If you bother to do any amount of research on this case with just the information that is readily available to you right at your fingertips right now, all of it points to only one person
Hope you're doing
who
all
is
right.
most likely responsible for her murder, and that person is David. And now, as of today, we're getting even more new information.
Really?
Morning, and it is fucking disgusting. They already mentioned a couple days ago that the prosecution has 40...
Yep, this is most likely him.
...terabytes here in this case against David. 40 fucking terabytes is an unfathomable amount of anything. And just a moment ago, they dropped like their first teaser as to what some of this new information looks like. The prosecution alleges that they found a significant amount of child porn on David's phone.
Come
Disturbing
on, Charlie.
Digital evidence. Let's get to CBS LA's Rick Montanez with what we learned in court today.
I gotta be careful, man. They've been handing out suspensions and strikes like it ain't no tomorrow, bro. I gotta be careful. I don't need Moist Critical on here saying that kind of stuff, man.
Hey, Rick, what are you hearing?
If you haven't noticed, I've been cutting it back on the cursing quite a bit as well. They just hit clavicular with a permanent ban on YouTube. I ain't trying to go down that road, bro.
Amy, Chris, the hearing just wrapped up within the half hour here, and cameras were not allowed in court, but I can tell you that the defendant, David Burke, was in court today in shackles and wearing that orange jumpsuit. The biggest new piece of evidence revealed, prosecutors say a significant amount of child porn found on Burke's cell phone.
Here that they will be providing to the court. There's still a lot of processing that they are going through right now because there is so much that they have gathered in this case over the last 7 months. But now they are stating they have evidence that there was a significant amount of...
No.
That is the report on the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The report says, or I should say the family of Rivas Hernandez is absolutely devastated to learn the gruesome details contained in that write-up. That's according to a family statement. So this report, September.
The autopsy revealed...
That's really sad, bro. Because, like, you have to keep in mind that, so they were neighbors and then he left and he took him with her, and the parents filed a missing persons, right? She had been missing for a full year before she turned up, you know, the way she turned up inside of the back of that car.
The grisly nature of her killing. It being...
It's pretty bad. Like, it was awful.
And then it was mentioned why it was so difficult for them to figure out what actually killed her. It's because her body was chopped up and decomposing in the fucking trunk of this monster's car. So it made it difficult for the autopsy to definitively say what the cause of death was. And since the autopsy brought this information to light, people have been going through David's music and music videos and noticed...
Yeah, they're starting to use his music in court now because of the lyrics that are in the music itself.
Some really fucking haunting shit in there. Most notably with the anime video he made for his song Rehab, where there is a character in there that bears a lot of similarity to Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Now, the music video came out in 2023, but David met Celeste as early as 2022. And in this music video, David cuts off that character's arm and then throws a sword which stabs her in the stomach, killing her. In real life, Celeste had her body chopped into pieces and stuffed into bags, thrown in a trunk, and the autopsy revealed that her cause of death was sharp objects through the torso, notably her upper abdomen and hitting her liver. Now, of course, I have no doubt that none of that is going to be used in court in any way, shape, or form by the prosecution. I imagine they have far more solid evidence to be bringing to court in that 40 terabytes. I don't think they'll be using, like, similarities from the music video versus what actually happened, or, you know, video clips that exist where he's...
There's just, because it was his car, like, they have extensive streams where she would pop in and out, and it's just so much that they have against him. There's literally no way he doesn't go to jail for a very long time. Even if he's rich,
crazy
like,
shit.
I
I imagine they're going to be going
the evidence is so stacked against him.
for like completely irrefutable things that you can't just write off as a coinky-dink or something like that. But I wanted to mention it because it really does feel like David was just leaving breadcrumbs in his music to the sick and twisted person that he is. And that he had this, like, murderous intent. It's fucking sickening stuff.
On Monday, he pled not guilty to the capital murder.
It's because, like, so David would have the girl on, right? But the thing is that she would go by a different name. She wouldn't go by her birth name, right? So they kind of had like an inkling of what was going on, but they didn't fully know. So they didn't immediately start pointing fingers.
Charges. We spoke with a former federal prosecutor.
And the person's name that she used apparently was like 19 or older, you know what I'm saying? So like
time ago here on CBS LA Mornings about this new evidence revealed in today's hearing and the fact that David's phone, according to prosecutors, contains child porn.
And obviate, but it's also a separate crime in and of itself, and it's certainly the possibility that the feds even step into this case because they typically will prosecute these types of child pornography cases.
Seeing this as evidence in this case, wrestle with that in porn. I have no idea to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that yeah, his phone had child evidence.
God damn, dude,
in a week. But I just wanted to give you this.
Well, they're still processing everything. Hopefully we'll have some updates on it. I wouldn't even worry about the CP. It's not something that I would worry about. I would just try to get this guy locked away forever for, you know, horribly chopping up a body. Like, that's awful. It's awful. So this is what... what would y'all do if this was y'all?
5 years phone. A man went through his girlfriend of 5 years' phone and found that she was texting 22 different guys every day while living with him.
Yeah, you are. What's your password?
What's your password?
Mine?
Yeah.
Mine's my mom's birthday. What's yours?
I'll open it.
Oh my god, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm holding these.
Please.
Straight up, though.
Please.
Stand the f away.
Please. Oh, I'm sorry.
Stop fucking touching me. Stand right there. 6 feet. Stay the f away.
Jesus. What does it say? It's been a minute. Let's see each other. Let me come pick you up. I'll act right for you. I promise. I miss your mouth, bro.
Oh my god.
This girl is getting used like a fleshlight.
Oh my
22 different guys.
Wow. And guess what? Everyone's gonna fucking see this shit. You're probably gonna get fired.
She's hooking up with her boss.
That's...
Jeez, look at all these messages.
Oh my God.
10 hours ago. Look at all these holy shit.
1, 2, 3. Oh my god. Hey, homie. Please. Let go of me.
What is she doing?
Please.
Let go of me.
What is she doing?
Don't touch me.
German, please.
Don't touch me.
German, please.
Don't touch me.
Damn.
Oh my.
2 new messages. Dude.
My god. And it goes on.
And it goes on.
I'm holding these. Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fucking whore.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Smack my...
She had to get the tank in there, I guess.
In a tank to hold aggro on him. That's smart.
Again, I'll sue your ass.
Bro, post this shit.
Huh? I gave you the opportunity to talk to me verbally, and you didn't. You didn't. You decided not to.
Okay.
You wanted me to find out this way.
Okay.
It sucks.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I am hurt. I know I am.
Okay, cool.
I wonder how much he was paying for because he still got the phone that she had. So like
I said, no one's talking to you, fat ass bitch. You're obese. No one likes you. You're obese. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know.
That's right. Do not even. There's no reason to even go and talk to him. She's not even going to these guys for like support. She's just straight up like the town bicycle. Everybody gets a chance to ride. The thing is, like, I mean,
Bro, like, just imagine if he's like paying for everything. He's paying the rent, paying the phone bill and everything like that, paid for her phone, and she's just over there doing that, bro.
she's cheating on him, right?
That's
I mean, what's going on.
awful.
Give me I gotta use the bathroom.
That's awful.
Yeah, kind of close, right? All right. Oh, excuse me. Bro, somebody goes in chat. They say Asmon went to go DM her. Did she just go message? No, I didn't go message her. Shut up.
Yo, what the heck, bro? Here we go.
He's been having a bad time. He's really been having a bad time lately, huh?
Well, it's Hasan. You know he can't keep his foot out of his own mouth.
Atrocious judgment, and I was glad to see many Democrats going online saying, we don't want this guy as the symbol of our party.
The other thing is just, I'm sorry, I look at this guy and it's like the thing that, you know, sort of made him percolate up outside of his own entity was the fact that he was abusing his dog on an internet stream.
Ooh. Remember, boys. Remember, boys. You build 20 bridges and you suck one dick. You're not a bridge builder. You're a dick sucker.
Remember that? Yeah.
He was shock collar.
Yeah,
playing the dog. I get to say,
They all know about it. That's the main dude. How is it that that's the one thing everybody knows you for?
you're not a fan. We got it, Sandra.
Uh-huh.
To speak
That's
in a
right,
moment
Justice
now
for
at the
Kaya.
White House. We are told that will be about health care.
Yeah.
This after a major
That's so funny.
rules on marijuana. We're going to have that for you
Oh,
next.
that's so funny. They had to cut it off. They had to,
yeah.
They had to cut it. That is, for the record, this right here is quite literally the
what is it?
This right here.
Hasan strikes me as the kind of person that realized that the shot collar didn't work, so he's just feeding his dog like. And this is just, in my opinion, he strikes me as one of those people that would feed his dog like some suppressants, so that way the dog would just like be more tired.
Here is the straight,
kind of like a mom feeding a child a bunch of what is it, like cough medicine to put him asleep.
Coverage. Okay.
What?
This is the second time today. Expect primetime host to follow suit later today. Yeah.
Here's the reason why Collargate matters. And I think a lot of people, nobody's ever really saying this. It matters because it shows...
Dude, I bet that felt good.
That if it's true, it's an indicator...
There is not a worse feeling than when you hear, like, somebody... Like, if you're in the other room and you hear the, like, you know, you got a girl and she's talking to her friends or family, and all they're doing is talking mad shiz about you, and then, like, you don't hear the opposing side of that. It's just an awful feeling. Because it's like, you really think so little of like, everything that's going on, you know? Of, like, you know, you as a person. And then, or like, you have that opposite side where they're going to sit there and fight tooth and nail, and if they don't like it, then they could leave, kind of situation. Because there's nothing worse than a bunch of drama people going, oh, Yas Queen, and it's like, come on, man.
A fundamentally non-American...
It's because she jelly, she ain't got a man doing the same thing for her.
Western value on a very, very...
Trying to ruin it for you, don't listen to that.
Moral level. The way that a lot of other cultures treat dogs is vastly different than the way American culture treats dogs. Seeing somebody do that to a dog is culture shock. And I think that the reason why it was so viral, I mean, besides the fact that he tried to hide it and cover it up, etc., is that it is like a direct frame indicator that this person is on a very profound level culturally un-American. That's a big reason why. I think it is. Oh, but what about 50 other times like I did this other thing with the dog? They're not seeing that. They didn't see that. It's hard to climb moral superiority. It's wild from the smartest dudes alive now. What is this here?
No. Palmer Lucky.
Oh my, he posted me. Oh no. I went back to the base. Go to 100.
This is embarrassing. Do something.
Well,
right, guys?
I'm pro stealing from big corporations because they steal quite a bit more from their own workers.
Well, hold on. So what are you gonna do if somebody wants to steal from you? Like, where does this mentality come from? This mentality is detrimental to society. Because when they're done taking all the money from Corpo, who do you think falls in line next? Then they're just gonna justify stealing from you. Like this mentality, where did this come from? Well, it's big corporal that take people's money all the time. Well, the reason why the prices are skyrocketing and all the products are in cases, security boxes, and have security tags on them, and eventually the business ends up shutting down, is because the law enforcement aren't enforcing the law. They can't afford security, and the prices are skyrocketing to the point where the place gets shut down. New York is a great example. They defunded the police, and they batter and bully the police all the time, and all the businesses are leaving. Same thing with Minneapolis, and now they're begging the businesses to go back. Why would they go back? You haven't changed any of your policies to invite them to come back. You've only just been begging them to go back there. They're not going to go back there because they're going to just lose more money and end up getting shut down again because they can't afford to hold a business there. But the people in the blue states want to sit there and act like they have all the money in the entire country, and it's like, dude, you're dumb. You're dumb. Like you don't even know what you're talking about.
However, one thing that might even help your ethical dilemma is the fact that
by the way, if somebody got into Hasan's account and they said that, we're going to try to hack into your account and then have the money from this corporation of Amazon go to us instead of you, I think that he would be upset about that.
Jules.
But they would be stealing from a big corporation.
Oh, that's a good point.
He would be upset about that.
There you go.
Amazon go to us instead of you, account, and then have the account. By the way, if somebody got into Hasan's account and they said that, we're going to try to hack into your account and then have the money from this corporation of Amazon go to us instead of you.
Ooh.
I think that he would be upset about that.
Yeah, what if they started stealing from the individual people that thought like this because they knew, let's say you were going to go to Walmart, but then you check your account and then it got hacked and all your money's gone. And you got a little note there that says, well, it was going to go to Corpo, Walmart, so we just went ahead and took it. You see how this cycle doesn't end?
He's stealing from a big corporation.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think that I think he'd be upset. Did you watch it yesterday? It's the whole thing. And there's another one about the Luigi
How's it going, Mjolnir?
Look at it. This is so cringe. Yeah.
Automated process that they designed.
WA.
These companies know will increase shrink, right?
Yeah.
So it's actually factored in. The lemons that you stole are factored into the bottom line of these mega corporations, regardless.
You do realize that if you keep stealing from places like Walmart and CVS's, the individual locations get shut down. Eventually, they go out of business, and there's no longer any. Well, I mean, the jobs are going away anyway. But this whole mentality is so brain dead. It's so brain dead. What do you think's going to happen when all the corporations get shut down? Then they're going to start stealing from all the rich people. What's going to happen when all the rich people are dead, or all their wealth has been dispersed to the rest of the communities? Now you're going to have each other trying to kill each other, trying to get the money and the goods from each other. This is systemic chaos. It's anarchy. You can't live in a society like that. It won't work. You're just going to burn everything to the ground.
They still end.
The whole thing.
fast and free buses and also government-owned storefronts, and two of those
I'll find the Luigi
policies.
clip. Can one of the mods find me the Luigi clip about this? Because that was the one I wanted to talk about.
This beautiful
'Cause I did
city
see
is
this.
currently working on.
Would you encourage stealing in the same way from a mum down?
You've been chirping. Surely you'll have some good insider information that nobody else knows about. Where'd he go? Yeah, it also raises the prices as well. You say from the axe, let's see here. Government owned, leads to Brit. You're talking about like two targets that moved. Oh my gosh. You're talking about two targets that moved because of theft, which was proven to be a lie. Proven by who? So while you're telling me, by the way, if you say anything other than saying who proved it, it's an immediate ban. So how many stores closed down in New York in the past year? So 8,400 businesses closed in New York City during the second quarter of 2025. So again, who did you watch that told you that the targets, I don't even know, two targets that closed down out of the 8,200 businesses that shut down in New York was a lie? Search it yourself. What are we going to do with this clown? We going to ban this guy? It's obvious that, all we're going to do is sit here and go back and forth. So there's not really much of a point in keeping this idiot around, right? Ban. Oh, here we go. I got something new for y'all. No. How about that? How about that? How about that, boys? How about that? We banning this guy right here. Oh, but the two targets, though, the two targets that got shut down, that was quote-unquote a lie, the two whole targets out of the 8,200 businesses that completely fled New York. Oof! 62% with an insult. Okay. So how is it that you're in my comments telling me that I'm wrong about watching Twitch? First off, this isn't Twitch, this is YouTube. If you had a little bit more brain cells to use, I know they're firing in there constantly, but they're not really getting anywhere. You would understand that even whenever you're trying to make these weird statements, they're wrong. Like, how is it that you're even still trying to die on the hill of this two targets thing when there are 8,500 businesses that have left New York City because of them defunding the police and them having to skyrocket the prices because of all the theft. They're the reasons why you can't go into a Target or into a CVS and not have the M&M, the peanut M&Ms being locked in a freaking security box. You're thinking in this like small, tiny little space, but for whatever reason, a lot of you people can't see the long-term effect of what this does to the system. And it's because you're stupid. And people like you shouldn't be able to vote. Let's be honest here. Do you want somebody like this with the ability to vote? No. Hell no. You're dumb. You're an idiot. And now you're banned.
Run city-owned grocery store with lower prices.
I remember. Okay, I did see this whole clip. Honestly, I thought there was more to it than that, but maybe not. Let me go. I will even watch the Destiny thing. I'll even look at this. Let me see if I find it. It's on your Reddit. I don't know if it is or not. Let me see this.
I can't with young people today. Like, it's one thing if you like can't afford food or something, but when it's all these like decently wealthy yuppies that are like, it's like their form of protest. Like, I'm gonna shut.
Remember, I want you to let this sink in. Hasan is anti-American, anti-Western culture, and loves communism. What does communism have? A lot of laws. Hasan is rich. Hasan wants these laws to be put on America. What is the fastest way to have more enforcement of laws? Breaking them. Think about that. Oh, Hasan wanted Luigi Mandaloni to kill that CEO. He liked that, right? He was all for it. Well, what happens if you start killing all these rich people that have ties back to our politics? You're gonna get your gun rights taken away. This isn't a bug, it's a feature. They want the stupid people out there to go and do this so they get their rights taken away. You gotta think outside the box, people. Use your brain. Why all the rich people that are entertainers say this? Well, either they're getting paid to say it because they don't know what the hell they're doing, or they want this because they want American rights to be taken away. Think about it.
Uplift? Why? What are you doing?
Share your Netflix password.
I do.
I also do. Well,
with anyone.
For the longest time, I actually had someone else.
Okay, to put it in chat. Put it in the chat. It should be pinned in your chat.
Netflix password. That was my primary access to Netflix.
And now you share your own?
Yeah.
Would you get around a paywall on an article you're trying to read?
This is like the most bougie fucking, like, also,
it's nothing like a bunch of rich people sitting around that literally, like, Hasan's glasses are like almost $2,000. I love how we've got these rich people sitting around this nice little rich room talking about how they're stealing. You realize that the more you steal, it causes prices to skyrocket? Who do you think gets more rich because of that? Rich people. You're playing their game. And you're too stupid to realize you're playing their game. What if they're getting paid to say this? What if Big Corpo is paying them to say, tell them to steal from us so that way we can give the kickback from the exerted prices back to you? But you dumbasses don't think of that. Not once have you thought of that, have you? There are 5 people that sit around a table that make executive decisions that will blow your fucking mind, and you're too stupid and uneducated to understand what they're doing. And that's the way they want you to be. School isn't a place of education. If it was, you'd know how to balance a checkbook by the time you got out. It's a place that is designed to keep you at what is effectively a job from 9 to 5. in which case the hours are shifted to earlier or later depending on that thing, right? And then you have this thing called homework, where you work outside of your job. You have been conditioned to work and die working. And you're too stupid to see it.
I'll wake up 20 minutes before this interview so my voice can be as low as possible.
Would you steal a book from the library?
Never.
The yes for the museum thing, all of this, you can just draw this on like the most slop lines.
Yep.
I don't, wait, did he say yes? If they say yes, it's going to be because they have everything because of imperialism. So you should actually steal from every Western museum ever because imperialism. No.
Would you steal from the Louvre?
Yes, the automated process that they designed. These companies.
I don't even understand. Like, what is this? So they stole it, so I could steal it. Well, I mean, could somebody steal it from you? Like, how does this even work?
No, will increase shrink, right? So it's actually factored in. The lemons that
ridiculous.
Why do they
much,
say shit like this? Like, it's just so obviously not true. Like, is some amount of loss factored into everything these stores do? Yes. But if everybody starts stealing,
it's going to go up.
Then obviously that number is going to go up.
And now everybody has to pay for it.
And that's not going to be factored in. Places are just going to close.
Exactly.
Like, it's so crazy that these cringe fucks, because they never shop at these like fucking poor places, right?
Exactly. No, they don't. They go to these nice, rich neighborhoods where nothing is in security cases. They don't have to worry about the prices skyrocketing because they're already unreasonably priced, but it doesn't matter because they're filthy freaking rich from telling dumb people to go to stores and steal stuff so they can get kickback from the stores, prices skyrocketing. Like, let's be honest here. These people don't care about you. It's not for imperialism. They want your rights taken away. If they take your rights away and then you get turned into actual slaves, then it makes their lives easier. They don't care about us. Why would they care about us?
They're in all the nice neighborhoods. They never have to deal with the ramifications of any of the crazy shit they say.
Like, they're already rich.
Why, when you go to certain stores, like everything is behind a fucking lock now, and it's just.
And why are they fleeing places like New York and Minneapolis and Mass now that since they defunded the police? It's because they can't afford to be there.
To more
exactly what I fucking see.
Don't play by the rules.
Like, money just doesn't appear out of thin air. You have to have like a cost of keep up and an actual like income from the locations in every state. If you have these locations that are losing so much money to theft that they're in the negative, you have to shut them down.
We live in a society where
it's not rocket science. It's just like, come on.
Where the top 1% holds 32% of the net worth and the bottom 50% holds 2.5%.
Like, bruh, Hasan, you are that 0.001%. Like, does he not realize this? Like, how is he sitting here having this conversation?
The Department of Education wasn't doing anything anyway. The thing is that the society that we have now is because of the Department of Education. The millennials are a prime example of why the Department of Education needed to go. It needed to go. It wasn't doing anything for Americans anyway. We need to get rid of No Child Left Behind as well and start doing trades. We need to stop trying to cater to the 1% of these kids that obviously you're never going to teach a dog how to speak Spanish. I'm sorry. You're not going to do it. It's not something that's possible. Some people just can't learn basic math. It's just, that's how it is. Okay? The sooner we come to terms and start catering to people that can like outsmart other kids, the sooner we can start catering to them and then helping the people that need help and getting them into jobs that will be more of a benefit and less of a hindrance to them. Like, if you're just not smart enough to do basic algebra and you have to be like coasted through just on like a solid 60, you should just be failed and put into a trade school. Like that's all there is to it. You should just be you should be taught how to sell things, or taught how to put piping together, or taught how to run some wires. Like, you obviously can't run the business. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just how it is.
So bad. They're so bad.
Jesus Christ. You are the rich, bro. Your family is the rich, bro.
The social contract is broken, and then there's also the slippery slope of what happens if we completely break the social contract and no one plays by the rules anymore. And I wonder where you two see the interplay of those two ideas.
Right.
Well, the rules are already designed in a way where if you steal from the poor, you become rich. If you steal from the wealthy, you go to prison. So there's only one.
That was so deep, dude. Oh my god, that was so fucking deep.
It's so stupid.
I can't with young people today.
It's so fucking stupid.
Young people?
I don't know how anybody thinks like this.
I don't know about that young thing, dude.
And yeah, 7th grade logic. Yeah, this is like something I read. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let me see if I can find this. And oh yeah, I just wanted to put this whole thing into a single image because it was so funny. Israel lover wants another Israel critic murdered. What else is new? What the fuck does Israel have to do with it? What did Israel do? Okay, so this is the Luigi thing. Okay, let me pull this up.
Engels wrote.
All right, here we go. This is the other one I was gonna watch it.
Engels wrote about the concept of social murder, and Brian Thompson, as the United Healthcare CEO, was engaging in a tremendous amount of social murder, the systematized forms of violence, the structural violence of poverty, the for-profit paywalled.
See, what happens when somebody thinks that Hasan is doing that when he's protecting people that are advocating for jihad? See, this is the reason why this system doesn't actually work. It's because when you apply it in a real situation, you realize that if you had everybody operating off of this, the whole world would be chaos.
They're literally advocating for anarchy so they can take more rights away. What happens if you have a bunch of people like Mangione going around and killing people? CEOs specifically. Well, they're going to dip into the pockets of these. They're going to use corporate power to dig into the pockets of politicians, and the politicians are going to pass laws to get guns taken away. That's what's going to happen. Like, they are advocating for this because it pushes their narrative. It's so obvious. It's not a bug. It's a design. It's a feature of what they want. It's what they want.
Like, because
you realize that by them advocating for the defunding of the police and the theft of hundreds of thousands of dollars through these stores and them closing down, they are systematically weakening the already weak. Like, let's say you have a CVS and Granny gets her meds there, but her meds are going up in price because of all the theft in the store, but then the store eventually closes down and she can no longer get her meds. Well, she's going to die. That's what's going to happen to her because she can't afford to move. It's not logistically possible. And she dies. Like, it's not. If you really think about what it takes to be that wealthy, these people are crazy. They don't care about anybody but themselves, and they want money. And if you just go around systematically killing them, they're going to take rights away. And then if you think it's bad, if you thought it was bad prior to them defunding the police, these people don't want to defund the police. They want to be the police. If they had the chance, they would be doing public executions on anybody that would steal from a rich person. Because that's what their goal is. It comes full circle. What happens if you keep stealing and all the stores get shut down? Well, they're going to pass new legislation that's going to make theft even more harsh. So, like, if you steal something, you're going to be, like, put in jail for, like, 20, 30 years. Because they're going to get what they want out of you regardless. It's not a matter of, oh, well, we've got to do this. It's a matter of what they have to do to get their goal. They want communism. They want, what is that? A police state. That's what they want. And it's funny because dumb people don't even understand that because they're saying, well, you know, they defunded the police because it was a police state. No, they were just enforcing the laws that were already there. They were just enforcing the laws that were put in place. That's all they were doing.
Is going to have a different definition of what social murder is. Like, for example, if you think that if you normalize the concept of social murder, that means that, well, now if people aren't giving you food at a store and aren't allowing you to pay for your food, or, you know, even though you don't have enough money, now they are kind of killing you because they're depriving you of nutrition. So in that same reasoning, you can come to the conclusion that it's okay to kill them. That's the problem.
The system of healthcare in this country, and the consequences of that are tremendous amounts of pain, tremendous amounts of violence, tremendous amounts of deaths. And that was a fascinating story for me, because Americans are very draconian about crime and punishment.
No, people wouldn't make, well, yeah, some of them would make homemade guns, but there'd be a lot of people that would just resort to using knives. I mean, you gonna take away someone's ability to use a cutting board? Like, come on. Like, that's what they do in China. In China, Japan, they don't have guns, so they stab people. The violence is the same. It's just done differently.
Very black and white on this issue.
Oh, but it's harder. Not really. No.
Yet, because of the pervasive pain that the private healthcare system had created for the average American, I saw so many people immediately understand
that's funny,
why
bro.
this death had taken place.
Again,
Engels.
The problem with this is that the moment that you normalize political violence, you allow it for also yourself. This is the problem, is that I don't want to have any political violence. I don't want to have anybody advocating for shooting people in public.
Yeah, exactly.
Because here's the actual result of what happened with Luigi. Luigi shot a guy in the back.
And then nothing happened. He shot that CEO in the back, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. The chairman that run the company immediately replaced him, and the company's stocks are systematically going down, sure. But let's be honest here, they're going down because the cost of health insurance is just it's not possible anymore. That's why. This was going to happen regardless. Health insurance is just not feasible and not affordable.
In the back. And
even if you work 40 hours.
United Healthcare is continuing on as a company. A new CEO is probably taking his place by now. And the company is probably operating about the same. And maybe the new CEO has more security.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. So it didn't even at some other point. So 5 years ago, let's see here. No, it went down. It went down massively. Is this whenever the shooting happened? I actually don't know when the shooting happened. I have no idea. Yeah, it went down massively. Policy changes? I have no idea about that. It happened.
Oh, isn't that where they, like, did something with Medicaid?
Oh. Shooting happened on December 4th? Oh. Yeah, it went down a bit after that too, but it was also up really high. Like, it's kind of hard to say. So, yeah, okay, apparently this was something else that had happened.
Oh, yeah, it didn't even really do all that much.
Cut Medicaid, they get less money? I see.
It's okay, Medicaid. Medicaid is what did it.
Again, the problem with activism is lost. It's not about the working class opening the ports. It's about the violent destruction of anything, and anyone can be an enemy of their ideology. I think that also, like, whenever you greenlight any form of political violent extremism, you will have this happen, like, to people that you agree with, like it, and it will. Like Charlie Kirk obviously was one example of it happening to somebody on, and I can almost guarantee you that when some left-wing person gets shot, a lot of right-wing people aren't going to go out.
That's why, like, whenever I heard that Sneeko got punched and then he got, like, maced after he got, like, strangled or whatever because he had gotten put into a chokehold by the same guy, I was like, you shouldn't really advocate for that, because then you would advocate for somebody like me or Asmund or Tectone to get attacked in public, and you just can't live in a society like that. Like, nobody wants to deal with that for having an opposing political view. Even if Sneeko is an egghead, that doesn't give you the right to assault him in public.
And say how sorry they are. They're not. And why is that? It's because all of the left-wing people decided to make Charlie Kirk into a meme and rationalize why it was okay to shoot an unarmed man in the neck. That's what it was. Trump did more damage to this corpo than Luigi? Yeah, of course he did.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Well, I mean, yeah, because, like, think about it. Like, Trump did more damage. One dude did more damage than Luigi did killing somebody. He cut their Medicare, which gave them the Medicaid, which gave them less money. And then to boot, he also made it illegal for corporations to buy houses and use them as assets. So, like, he did more for the corporate structure than Luigi did with one bullet. You don't solve these problems with systemic killing. You just solve them.
It's because Luigi didn't really do anything, and he's going to go to jail, and that's going to be it, right? There's nothing. There's nothing that matters, right? Supports terrorists, so he's not supporting political violence. Yeah, exactly. And so this is the problem, is that I think that Hasan should be very careful, like, making statements like this, especially as, like, a public figure, because people will see these statements and they'll probably view this as, like, a green light for people to harass him or annoy him or something like that. And I think that any form of political violence over way harsh culture. Well, and that video was very recent, by the way. Yeah, it was like a few days ago, right?
Okay, let's move on from this. We're done with this here.
Californian man who claims he's a wizard was just charged with 4 felonies after he was caught on a Ring doorbell camera having a delusional crash out and violently trying to break into a stranger's house.
Should be thanking every single day that he's alive, still breathing, because if he had done this in Texas, bro would not have left that house.
What is even going on here? And obviously, this went extremely viral, and the internet between Nichols and their child on April 5th. And this obviously ended up 30-year-old Jason Thomas Nichols is facing a 5th charge of annoying or inappropriately touching a child under 18. Which allegedly stemmed from an earlier incident. So essentially, the dude did a way better job at catching himself than Vitaly ever could. Because I guess the
dude, so you mean to tell me this guy? Hold on. Wait. No shot.
Out the absurdity of some of the details of this case, like, you know, his outfit or the fact that he identifies himself as Harry Dresden, you know, the whole time throughout the encounter. And if you didn't know, he's a fictional private investigator and wizard from a series of contemporary fantasy/mystery novels called. Now, in addition to being charged with burglary, assault with a deadly weapon, vandalism, and making criminal threats, the subject of today's video, 30-year-old Jason Thomas Nichols, is facing a 5th charge of annoying or inappropriately touching a child under 18,
Jesus.
Which allegedly stemmed from an earlier.
You see, that's what I'm talking about right there. Just imagine if that Ring doorbell wasn't there and there actually was a daughter at that house.
Incident. So
like,
the
nah,
dude did
bro.
a way
Nope.
better job at catching himself than Vitaly ever could.
Nope.
Because I guess the Ring camera incident just put a whole lot of attention on that. So you have Fairfield police, I guess, saying additional charge came after a witness reported an encounter between Nichols and their child on April 5th. And this obviously ended up raising that bail dramatically from what was
Wait a minute. Well, hold on. Hold on, wait. I know this man did not show up at that house after he had made contact with their daughter. Hold on.
Attention on that. So you have Fairfield police, I guess, saying additional charge.
A witness reported an encounter between Nicholas and the witness's child on April 5th.
Came after a witness reported an encounter between Nichols and their child on April 5th. And this obviously ended up raising that bail dramatically from what was initially set at like $35,000 to the new bail amount of $250,000. And then you even have Deputy District Attorney Stephen Talley arguing for a higher bail, citing the alleged threats and Nichols in proximity to the victims. Which makes total sense because, yeah, apparently Nichols lives right behind the very house he broke into while screaming threats. So obviously, he shouldn't be allowed to just return to the victim's neighborhood so he could just start trying to attack them all over again.
What the dude. If I could say what I would do to him, I'd go to jail, bro. I'm not even kidding.
But what he said was
they wouldn't even mess with me. I'd have FBI at my house.
Terrifying and hilarious because the entire time he was freaking out and demanding entry to the property, he was, like I mentioned earlier, referring to himself as the private investigator.
So you mean to tell me that this dude made contact? They actually have a daughter, and this schizo made contact with their daughter prior to this incident where he showed up at their house banging on their door trying to get in, and then he broke into the house after all. Dude,
wizard
what?
And wearing a Demon Slayer t-shirt under a trench coat. Like, come on.
I don't know who you are. You don't belong to this neighborhood. That's for sure.
This is my neighborhood, though.
I wouldn't even care if I wasn't in Texas, brother. That man would not be breathing. I wouldn't need a gun to do it either. He had a shovel.
Yeah, I live there. I don't know you.
My name is Harry Dresden.
I am the punishment of God. Where if you had not committed great sin, there would not have been a reason for God to have sent a punishment like me upon you. I would have fun with this human being. I would.
Open the door. This is my neighborhood. Open the door.
I mean, it's easy to laugh at the guy in this situation, but also I can understand why anyone would be terrified. And I mean, the victim is honestly lucky that this happened in California, not somewhere like Florida or Texas, because he might have not left that property alive. But essentially what happened was on April 7th, Jason Nichols storms up to a home on the 1700th block of Burbank Court and knocks on the door. The homeowner was not home and starts talking to him via a Ring camera and can literally only say hello before Nichols begins demanding that he opens the door so he can make sure that everything's okay.
Hello?
Hi there, can you open
We
the
saw
door?
all this,
Where's your
bro.
daughter, man?
What are you talking about?
And no, that's not what I would say. That's not what I'd say at all. I'd be like, the door's open.
Where's your daughter? Who's in there with you?
Bro.
Where's your daughter? So that explains why he said that too. That explains so much. Do you think that this man saw that woman in the house and thought it was their daughter, and that's why he acted like this and broke into the house? Do you know how terrifying that is?
Bro, if you don't...
Door. Open this door, I'm breaking it down. You understand me?
I mean, this is straight out of a cartoon. What in the Looney Tunes is going on here? But as soon as this random guy starts questioning about a daughter without really knowing whether or not the homeowner even had a daughter, that's when alarm bells should be going off in your head, which I'm sure they were for the homeowner at that point. But clearly, this person isn't in the right mind, so he will likely do things a very regular angry person wouldn't. But obviously, his freak out was just so irrational and honestly funny.
So, like, did he do that to a different girl on the street? So he went up to this house thinking that the little girl that he had made contact with prior lived at that residence because he probably saw the woman in that house and thought that that was where she lived.
Spawned so many memes of him online. Now, I mean, okay, but it's not totally clear if Nichols knew who was exactly inside this house or if he was just LARPing with his own, I don't know, he was just doing investigative work.
You know they're going to try and go with incompetency. I'm going to tell you right now that based on how big this story is and how many people know about what happened, I think he's better off in jail at this point. I'm serious. I think this man is better off in jail.
The investigative wizard over here. But regardless, I mean, while the homeowner is arguing with Nichols over leaving the property, he doesn't know who he is, which leads Nichols to stating that his name is Harry Dresden.
Yeah, I live there. I don't know you.
My name is Harry Dresden. Open the door.
You see, like at that point, after he broke into their house and I show up, that's whenever I would have to cut all the cameras because, like, again, I don't think I'm allowed to say what I would do, but I promise you that I promise you one thing is that I definitely wouldn't have called the police prior to this. Bro would be missing. He would be missing. I'd say that.
Victor, you around?
He'd be alive. He'd definitely be alive, but he would be missing. He would be missing.
Hey, you like raping little girls?
And I guess we kind of have to assume that he's referring to Victor Sells, who's a human sorcerer and antagonist in one of the Dresden Files books called Stormfront, who Dresden confronts at his house, who did in fact have a daughter as well. So, I mean, all of this is just so many layers of bizarre. I don't even...
He broke in the door. That's what he did. He broke into the house.
Know where to start.
By the way, the homeowner's wife was there as well.
It all starts to make sense when you connect all those dots, but it doesn't make it any less freaky. I mean, the entire time, the homeowner is, like I said, away from home, but he very quickly turned back and was heading home after he witnessed the, the disgruntled wizard demanding entry to his house. Because again, remember, the homeowner's wife and child were still in the home.
Oh my God, dude. Oh, ain't no way in hell. There ain't no goddamn way in hell. I did not know that they had oh my God, bro.
And probably scared to death by this guy.
And you didn't beat that dude to death with that shovel?
Pounding on the door and wildly screaming, while threatening to kill whoever he thinks he's looking for. I mean, this is crazy. And again, to make things even worse, he actually got inside of the house. So the homeowner ends up returning to the home and gets into an altercation with Nichols.
You should know that even if you don't break a door and you just open the door and walk in, that's still breaking and entering. Just so you're aware, it's the same law.
Arms himself with a shovel at one point to protect his family.
Get the out of my third room, bro. Walk the out. What's the third room? Walk the out. I'm telling you, I'm giving you a chance right now, man. What's the third room? I'm giving you a chance.
I would kill this individual and tell the judge that I would do it again because, and let me tell you why. I would do it knowing that he would never do this to another person ever again. That's exactly what I would tell the judge, too. I'd look him in the eyes. I'd be like, yeah, I did it. I'd be sitting there with a big old smile on my face, too. I killed him. I did it so that way anybody else that was unfortunate wouldn't have been able to go through that.
Get the out of my house. What's the third room? I don't know who you are.
Just imagine if they didn't have him. Just imagine if that was a single mom with her daughter there. The police didn't show up in time. The police showed up after everything.
You better get street at 1797 Co-op Drive. I don't know who you're talking about, man. Why do I hear screaming? Are you military? Yes. Okay. Can you help me out? Okay. Yes. I understand what you're going through right now. Yes. Can you step outside? Yes, sir. Thank you. Will. Thank you for asking. There's something going on this street, bro. Bro, everything's fine. Please step outside. Okay. Well, sit there. Sit on the ground, please. Yes, sir.
And this altercation leads both men to require medical attention for head injuries sustained during the fight. But luckily, no one is seriously injured. And I guess the fight...
You'd have to be worried about them bullet holes. Wouldn't be no head injury on me. Bro, I'd be taking every damn gun. I got 3 guns in this apartment. I'd be taking each one of them and pumping. I'd be dumping, bro. I wouldn't even care.
Is instantly de-escalated when the homeowner asks
You want to sit there and do that? Just imagine if that man didn't show up when he did. Because they had met face to face. The wife was in the other room and they met face to face prior to the guy just so happening to turn the corner and them being there.
If he's a veteran, and he answers yes, and for some reason instantly relaxes and agrees to go outside. And that's when the story gets even weirder, considering the fact that this guy isn't a veteran. So I guess he just lied.
You know what I like about the duty to retreat, if you've got somebody like this, is the minute they start retreating out of your house, you get in your car and run them over. That's what you do. There's your duty to retreat. You see, when you deal with somebody like this, I don't care if he's a military vet, and I don't care what he is. If you this jacked up in the head, you at somebody's house touching their daughter and then breaking into their house doing all this, and you turn up dead somewhere, well, maybe you shouldn't have done it. You a grown-ass man that knows you need help. You are a grown human being that knows full well what you need to do to get yourself situated.
homeowner.
That is not my responsibility to maintain your mental health. But you know what? When they're picking it up off the damn street, then it becomes my problem.
The veteran was like his wake-up call suddenly. He was like, oh, wait, what am I doing? This isn't the sorcerer I'm supposed to have a boss battle with. It just doesn't make sense. I feel like the more information about this case that comes out, the more bizarre it gets. But obviously, cop charge, people are now finding clips of the charge being tacked on. And, you know, that's the one that spikes everything to $250,000. And now, I mean, because of all this now, the dude is facing 19 years in prison.
You know, if this man gets out and he goes back to that house, he's going to do the exact same thing. It's probably going to be worse this time. This man does not need to be out. If he gets... You see, like, what I don't get is whenever you plead this insanity BS, put them in a mental institution. Seriously. Give them the same sentence, but put them in a mental institution. If it's going to be 19 years in prison, immediately shift that to 19 years in a mental institution. Like, bro doesn't need to be out in the Do you think somebody like this needs to be out in the general population? Absolutely freaking not. Put this dude in a box.
Wow.
You either put him in a box or you put him in a box 8 feet under.
Say this case took a dark turn. Then on top of that, people are now finding clips of Nichols from a decade ago acting similarly erratic on a live stream, presumably set up by Shia LaBeouf. So, again, I don't even know what's going on with this case. I mean,
that is insane, bro.
Rape in Leamington, because some of the details here are absolutely appalling.
So this
and I'm
just
sharing
happened.
them with you for full transparency about what happened in that case, but I also give a warning before I do about some of them. 2 Afghan asylum seekers dragged a 15-year-old girl into a secluded area of woodland and raped her. The girl...
So 2 Afghanistan... Okay, got it. Yeah.
Cried out for help. Indeed, she managed to record her begging of a passing woman. At one point, a woman is heard asking the 15-year-old, "Are you all right?" The girl replies, "No, help me, please help me. So many people have walked past me. I want to go home. Please, please, help me. They are going to rape me."
So everybody just basically just let this... Oh my God, that's sick.
The girl, who can't be named because she is entitled to anonymity, the court was told eventually managed to get away and recorded several selfie-type videos demonstrating what they say was extreme distress, crying and hyperventilating. In a video after the ordeal, she could be heard sobbing, "Oh my God, I've just got effing kidnapped. I thought I was going to be dead. Every single one of these people are driving past me. Help me, someone. Please, please help me. Why is no one helping me? Please, someone." Her mother said in a victim impact statement, "We have watched our vibrant, happy and confident daughter shrink down and suffer from anxiety so bad that she's often physically sick."
I'm glad that people are talking more about this, because the PTSD that one of these interactions creates in a person is like... It's massively damaging, and for some people the effects of that turn out to be worse than what even happened to them. It's not because they end up killing themselves over it. Like it fucks up. Also, like, that's another thing too, is that there's the family PTSD, right, where it's like not only are you're thinking about that.
He's 18 in less than a month and will be automatically deported after serving his sentence.
Did you catch that?
10 and 9 years.
It's horrifying.
Hotel, having just arrived by boat, have been sentenced to 10 and 9 years in prison. The Telegraph reports that Jan Jadzeb turns 18 in less than a month and will be automatically deported after serving his sentence. But the court...
Why not just deport them?
His date of birth was unknown, so an age assessment has been carried out by specialists. So I wonder then how we know that he turns 18 in a month if we don't actually know this individual's date of birth.
This is the same bullshit that they're trying to pull with that guy, that 19-year-old that went into that school and groped those high schoolers. Why are they trying to put them in jail and hold them there for a month or a year? Well, for America, they're hoping that people forget about it and the guy gets out in a year, and they're hoping that maybe Trump won't be in office with the mass deportation thing.
Earth. And therein lies a very, very big part of a very, very big problem. We have no idea who these people are. We
just like what happened with that girl that ended up doing the euthanasia thing. They never released the names of the men that did that to her. Why are they hiding it?
Barely know where they come from.
Here's a good way to look at it. Any of the people that think that this is okay, would you be okay with removing and getting rid of the sex offender list? So basically, like, you don't have to register for being a sex offender. You don't have to do anything, like that at all. They don't. They commit a crime, they do something really bad, and they never do something bad like that ever again. But they're still on the sex offender list. Not allowing people to remove these, like migrants that are totally unvetted is effectively the same thing as just getting rid of the sex offender list.
Exactly.
You guys see where I'm coming from?
Exactly.
And the rage that I feel about this story, and the rage that you feel about this story, this kind of actually I find genuinely barely containable.
It's valid. Everybody knows it's valid. People are scared to say you're valid. It's not racist. It's valid. The anger that you feel for hearing this is valid.
Rage leads to perhaps a desire.
This is what is making mass deportation the way of the future right here. When you try to rug sweep people getting pulled into an alley and having this done to them underage, you are opening yourself up to a lot more than you think.
A few of the more kind of Trumpian ends of the ideas about what should happen next. And I would quite candid with you, quite a few of those ideas have flickered through my mind. And
I don't think that's the Trumpian. You don't need the Trumpian ideas. It's not good enough. See, don't ever think that that's enough. It's not.
It's not. Yeah, no. Be more aggressive. Be 100x more aggressive.
Hours. But I am
Trump is a good starting point, but it's not the finish line.
Extremely hard not to let the jerk in knee-jerk win.
Think of it this way. If Biden let all the immigrants in unlawfully, unvetted, then you should be able to use the same tactics to get them out. If not, harsher tactics. Put out a system where if you turn in illegals, you get their, because like you as an immigrant illegal, if you turn yourself in and you get deported, you get $1,000. Okay, well, let's turn this into a bounty. If you turn in a bunch of illegals, each one of them, if they get deported, then you get their $1,000. Use the National Guard and the United States military, shelter in place or go into lockdown the entire country and go to every single house, get rid of every criminal, get rid of every illegal. But you, as a citizen, can speed it up by calling them in ahead of time. That's what the ICE agents could be doing. So, like, if you have the National Guard and the military sweeping the entire nation, you could have ICE agents on standby for calls. We can get this solved.
However,
it's not a knee-jerk, it's the reality. It's common sense reality.
As the people of Crowborough, where 600 men are about to be deposited in an old army camp, as they set up a patrol group of local residents around the old barracks there, surely...
Exactly. It's about their behavior. Anybody that's trying to advocate for skin color in this chat is an idiot. It has nothing to do with their skin color. My fiance is part Romanian and part American because her mom is American. Her grandfather is Romanian that fled Romania and came here. He's an immigrant. He's just as pale as me. You wouldn't even know he's Romanian unless he talked. Take this skin color bullshit, hike it up the road. Maybe somebody else that's dumber will believe you.
That has to be an absolute minimum now for any place housing large numbers of asylum-seeking men. We cannot have groups of random, bored, culturally incompatible men wandering around towns and villages of places unfortunate enough to be burdened with this.
Fucking based. And also, I completely disagree with this. I think that just the notion that you need to have an entire police enforcement mechanism to make sure that these people don't rape your kids, I think that should tell you something like maybe they shouldn't be here.
Like you understand that in our, so here's a prime example of what he's trying to relay. You can't take for example, the IRGC. There are men there that are women in prison because in their religion, if you're not married in that kind of, religion, you will go to hell, their version of hell, if you have, sex with somebody that you're not married to. So they do that in their prisons. Or here's an even better example. Underage marriages in Iran. Over there, it's celebrated. It's just an average marriage. Here, you can't expect somebody that came from a culture where underage marriage is celebrated to understand that it's not accepted here. That's a cultural clash. It's not possible. It goes against their culture. Like, that's why you got some of these guys, like, even now, Chris Hansen's having to bring in immigration to get involved with this because he's cracking down, he's finding, like, these immigrants, these illegals, even sometimes, that have come from a foreign country that's culture is completely different from ours, where they're allowed to marry underage women. And it's, well, underage girls. They're not women, they're girls. And it's disgusting.
Maybe
you can't expect the culture to assimilate like that.
Oh, well, guys, I think we need an enforcement mechanism that makes it to where all of the rapists are being regulated. Well, yeah. Well, why do you even have it? Like, I mean, think about the question, why are they even here in the first place if you need to have a separate police system now to regulate and, like, basically be a countermeasure for just them being in the country, period? Think of, like, who do you don't need to do this for regular British citizens? Then why? Like, think about how ridiculous this is. This is crazy.
Well, think about how much money we're wasting on immigration as well. Like, you can't tell the average taxpayer that some guy from a foreign country moving here just to get away from their shiz country is a good thing if we can just go there and fix their country. Like, how do you expect somebody to come from a different country and you to tell the taxpayer that it's good for this country that now that the job that you would have had is now being done by a migrant or an immigrant? Well, like, you understand how stupid that sounds? Well, they're in a shitty country, so they have to flee it. No, just because your spawn point sucks doesn't give you the right to move to America. It's a privilege. It's a privilege to move to America. It's not a right, it's a privilege. When did we lose sight of that?
This is like saying I'm going to hit myself in the head with a hammer, so I need to start wearing a helmet. Well, here, let me give you a good fucking idea. Stop hitting yourself in the fucking head with a hammer. You won't need the helmet.
At a minimum, the rule has to be you cannot leave the facility you're being fed and watered in until we know who you are or until your claim has been processed. Otherwise, the status quo carries on, and I just don't see how anyone can conclude that that is the best way forward, that we just let the same things we've always done keep happening with results being like this. So, what is the response? I'll give you one. This is the former Prime Minister Liz Truss. Now, you say what you like about Liz Truss, but she was Prime Minister for a bit.
It's annoying hearing you talk like this isn't in every way on purpose. I think it is on purpose, and I think that they are doing it on purpose, and my opinion on how to solve it would get me banned. And what I think should happen to the people that were doing it, like, I'd get banned about my opinion. But you can expect that it's exactly what you think it is.
She's just imagine the worst possible thing you can think of, and that's what it is. That's right.
Just said these horrific crimes are happening daily in Britain. The whole system, including the mainstream media, is suppressing the truth. She says the Human Rights Act needs to be repealed. All migration from Afghanistan should be stopped.
Exactly. If they're forced to stay in their own country, they would change their government. They would overthrow it and make it a better country. Allowing them to, and I always thought this was weird, because I always had the same look on this. I was like, why are you allowing them to flee their problems? How, as Americans, we're fed this BS of, well, if you flee your problems, remember the problems are already are always faster. Okay, well then why are we allowing these people to flee their problems? Why don't they go back to their own country and fix it? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
That's too niche.
We also get fed, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Well, why aren't you doing that instead of running?
Is that too
niche? You know,
like...
No. It's not enough. Not only should it be stopped, but you need to reverse migration. Yes. You need to look at all of the people that were brought here over the last 30 years, and any of them with any criminal charges, immediately remove them.
Yep. And I'll have you guys know that my fiance's grandfather owns a business. I'm not going to say what it is, but there are a lot of people there that are not just family, but people that go to that job that need help, like Americans that need a job, right? He takes them in and gives them a job to work in that space. But there are a lot of them that are, people from a foreign country that aren't illegal. They're here legally. He's doing the right thing. I know that they're here legally, because I've met these people, and I know for a fact, okay? I've done the mile. I know for a fact they're here legally. I've seen what it looks like when you've got good migrants, or immigrants that come to this country that assimilate. Because they don't see skin color. They see you as an American. Bro is in church with everybody that's there every Saturday or Sunday, whichever one. Completely assimilating with Western culture. He thinks the Democrats are demons, okay? I've seen what it can do. But this ain't it. This is nonsense. This is garbage.
Them that are like net negative taxpayers, remove them and also seize all of their assets and send them back to the country they came from. Like, it's not enough to just simply stop the problem, because you still have the problem. Like, stopping the problem is good, but you have to also reverse the damage.
Some chilies for 6 joules.
Go back 2 generations, get the whole line. Yeah, I would do like, let's say, I was born here. Yeah, well, I mean, like,
yeah, no more anchor babies. No more anchor babies. None. Like, if you're running a stand-up business and you're employing people on a racial scale, and everyone you're employing is legal, and you haven't committed any crimes, and the people that you're, if you're actually doing everything you need to do to assimilate with the culture, learning English, like for example, my fiance's grandfather, you wouldn't be able to tell that he's Romanian until he starts talking, and he's got a very he doesn't speak in Romanian. He speaks English. He assimilated. He is a prime example. He loves America. He does. Why wouldn't he? He made it. Like, he did the mile. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in W American. To me, he's not Romanian. He's American. I don't see him as a foreigner. I see him as American because he assimilated. He's one of us. Like, he joined the culture and got melted into the pot. That's the way it's supposed to be. Stop adding bricks to the pot.
There, you've got to go back. Too bad. You're not supposed to be here. Your parents shouldn't have been here. You're not supposed to be here.
We need more ice cubes, damn it.
Either.
Can't and shouldn't judge the whole by the part.
Yeah.
So we can't judge every person from...
Of course, it doesn't matter. Like, this language that you use is just silly.
Afghanistan on the basis of actions of, in this case, 2 people.
It's not 2 people.
So that's too far for me. But I'm, again, candidly, that thought's crossed my mind too. And I can't I think the
hit like on the stream, so like on the stream and sub to the channel. We are every single day 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. So please keep showing up. We're here every day, even the weekends.
The reality is that there is a small percentage of people that are
check out that channel membership.
Every single country that will integrate just fine, whether they're from Somalia, Afghanistan, China, Russia, or anything. Like, I'm sure that we have Somali immigrant Americans that have no problems and aren't causing.
Well, English is the national language, so yes. If you move here to America, you should be expected to learn English. Yes. I dated a high school teacher that had ELA classes in their high school that forced people that were like foreigners that moved here to America to learn English. English is the national language. That's what it is. Get used to it. If you come here, you should be expected to assimilate by learning English and not waving your flag in our culture from your different country in a protest. If you go to someone else's house, you're expected to take your shoes off and abide by the rules of that house. That's how it works. You don't go to school with a gun because it violates the rules. Okay?
Problems. I don't think we need to send them back, but we need to look at the ones that are doing things wrong, and we need to go after them instead. And the way that you do that is you set up high standards, and then you simply hold people to those standards. That's the way you do it.
The reason why I say I'm not sure that's going to work is it does judge the whole by the part, and that sort of isn't fair.
Because it's cheaper? Bro, if everything in... Hold on. If you go to the DMV right now and take a test, you have a Spanish option. How does it make it cheaper if you have to add the Spanish option to an already English test? Sounds to me like they're doing some budget cuts, boys. Sounds to me like my money's going to the right place. That's what it sounds like to me. What you talking about?
The entire idea of it not being fair is a total inversion of the moral
fuck being fair. The hell with that.
Responsibility that you
That's not my responsibility to make the world fair for a bunch of people that don't live here. That's your responsibility. Deal with your government.
Protect your country.
Make it fair for yourself and your own country. Like we did.
Your idea that it isn't fair, and so because you've come to the conclusion that it's not fair, the result of that is that women in your country get raped.
No, it was taken out of national language because it's cheaper. Okay, so where's your proof? Where's this at? Name the media that it said. If it's a YouTube video, give me the name of the YouTube video. Where's this at? Every test is made in English. It costs money to make it into Spanish, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, how am I even acknowledging this? If the next thing you say isn't like, I don't want a link either. You can't post links in the chat. Just give me the name. Give me the name of the legacy media where you heard that from, because I know what it is. It's going to be a legacy media, so I can look up the article. And, like, give me the name of the article. Or give me the name of the video that you saw this on. If the next thing you type isn't that, it's an immediate perma. Like, come on, man. How's it cheaper if you have to turn signs into Spanish because they can't understand it? Like, come on. We really doing this right now? International, you spent yourselves if that's true. Look at the ray tracing and mirrors. Because of their behavior, toxic men, women get the worst of it. Now men are complaining. A modem with battery. Like, ugh. Like, what are we doing, bro? No, nothing. We're done here. I'll give this guy a little bit of time. Because I'd imagine he's going to have to do some digging if that actually exists. So we'll give him some time.
How is that fair to them? Your responsibility as a person who's supposed to protect their country or
Oh, so you don't have any actual truth behind that. I don't care if it was the national language. It shouldn't have been. Everybody that comes to America should be expected to learn English. That's the national language. Not Spanish, not Canadian, no, not French, English. Everyone speaks English. Everything that you do, every test that you take is in English. Everything you see on social media is in English. Everything that you fucking watch on television is English. It's English. It's not Spanish, bro. It's English. It's been English for a very long time. We allowed them to change a portion of the national language to Spanish. But it's not. It was just a bunch of woke idiots that decided to make it Spanish for whatever reason, and Trump fixed that the way it should be. It's English. I'm not going to learn Spanish for a bunch of foreigners that come to my country. I was born and raised on English, and I'm gonna know English, and if I go to somebody else's country, I'll learn a little bit of their language. But as long as I'm in America, I'm speaking English. That's the expectation. If you go to Japan, it's the same thing. You go to China, it's the same thing. How is it that we're expected to be different than every other country in the world? Bogus. I'm tired of it. If you go to a foreign country, you're expected to learn their language, but the second they come to America, well, we got to change the national language. No, it's English. It's English, bro.
Or do something to benefit other people is to act in a way that is in the best interest of other people that cannot act for themselves. And this is the big issue that happens, is that you're thinking about, from my perspective, you should not even be considering what's fair to Afghanistan migrants. They should be lucky they're here in the first place. They shouldn't even be here anyway. So what's fair to them, even if it is unfair to them, who cares? Who gives a fuck? Like, the focus should be on your own people. Like, you shouldn't even be thinking about them.
But at a bare minimum, the idea that you would have hundreds of people, and even in the cases where we sort of have a better idea about who they are because they've been through the criminal system, still don't know how old this bloke is. Still don't really know how old he is. The idea that you...
I know this man ain't about the... You do realize that that was given to us, right? You do realize that it was given to us? The statue... I know you're not trying to use that as some weird mental gymnastic counter argument to why America's base language shouldn't be English. I know that's not about to happen. It was given to us. The Statue of Liberty was given to us, and we put it up in New York. I don't care what the statue says. We all know what it is, though. And it's amazing how it's in English, too. The Statue of Liberty. Why is that word in English? I wonder. I wonder how many countries just call it the Statue of Liberty in their country, because that's what it's called, because it's English. It makes you wonder.
You allow then hundreds and hundreds of people to be housed in areas, and they're allowed to wander around, and we have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
No, cannot happen. Cannot be allowed to happen anymore. If this case...
You shouldn't even be forced to learn a foreign language in America. If you in high school, or you in middle school, or you in elementary, you should not be forced to learn a foreign language if the entire nation's language is English. That's BS. That is just fluff. Take that out of the classes. If these kids want to learn Spanish or a different language, then they can take it up as like an elective. The fact that that's like a primary you need to graduate is dog shit.
One response. It has to be that.
But you're an immigrant too. The Indians probably thought so as well.
There are so many better classes that could be core classes than learning a different language.
Yeah, and it didn't work. And look how they're doing. They're in reservations now, and their entire civilization is destroyed. We took over the whole country. Indian Americans, Native Americans represent like less than like probably 5% of the population. Their culture is annihilated. Their way of life.
That's right. The United States Constitution is in English. That's right.
Is relegated to reservations, and
basically their entire existence.
All the laws are made in English, and then they're converted to foreign languages. Like, what are we doing here, guys?
Is destroyed. So I think that you can look at Native Americans as a great example of what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to have that happen to you? I don't. So do you not think the new immigrants will do the same thing to you too? I think they will. That's the reason why I would try to prevent them from doing that. I'm confused by what your argument is. So what's your argument about this? Yeah, let me pull this person up. I'll listen to this. So by the way, and I'm not an immigrant. Like my family came to America like 500 years ago. Like, whenever my family was in the country for 500 years, I'm not an immigrant. Sorry. Let's break this down, okay? We're gonna break it down.
Thank you for this argument. I needed something to make me smile for the day. Except learning a different language would help you talk to more people, with more people, and help you better your own life instead of single language speaking losers in his mom's house whining about Spanish. You're right. Whenever you come from a different country, it would help you talk to more people if you learned English. Thank you for this awesome argument. I love that you validated what I said. Thank you so much. Because you just validated what I said. You're so stupid. You don't even understand what you just said validated everything that I just said. Your argument is so brain dead, and you're so brain dead. You validated everything I just said. If you apply this logic to the people that are coming to this country, big surprise, you just validated my logic. Wow. Thank you. You're really that stupid, huh? No, you're not going to say anything? What's the matter? You going to roach out now that you got pulled up? Do you have anything to say to that? I didn't go to a different country. Why should I learn a foreign language? Bro, like most Americans work paycheck to paycheck. What makes you think they have the ability to just go to a different country? If you come to America, you should automatically be told that you got to learn the language in that country. They do the same thing in Japan, China, and other places all over the world. Like, hello? They got rid of Spanish. Spanish is not a national language. If you go to Minneapolis, there are no Spanish people. It's not the national language. You know who lives in Minneapolis? I've been to Minneapolis. That's how I know this. Bunch of white, tiny towns, other than the big cities, and there are a bunch of white people that all speak what language? English. They all speak English. Now, I did go prior to the Somalian invasion, but I have been there. Just because you change it doesn't make it the truth. And I think it's a damn good thing that Trump finally changed it, because that's the truth. Most people in America speak English. The mass majority speak English. It's good that they're starting to cater to the Americans again. Is that it? Anybody else? No? These counter arguments are not very strong, guys. Well, I'm brain dead. Of course, they learn English coming here. Who said they didn't have to? That's crazy. So then why should I be forced to learn you know what? What are we going to do with this idiot? What are we going to do with this moron? You're in chat's hands now, bitch. Oof, 90%. Ooh! Is that even the same guy? Is that somebody else? That's somebody else. Is that the same guy or is that somebody else? I think that's a different person, isn't it? It is. It's a different person. Oh, the schizos are coming out of the Woolworth now. When I won't agree the American way. Ah, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, what's the matter? You have no power here, so you're going to try and act like you have power? No, that's not how it works. Bye-bye now. By the way, silencing people is the communist way. There was another idiot in here somewhere. All of you people always whining and complaining. You're supposed to be, bro, like half your sentences are being checked by YouTube. You know, I'm not going to stop whining because I want to. It's my channel, and if you don't like it, then maybe you shouldn't watch. But, like, I wouldn't expect somebody that's too brain dead with the attention span of a dinner plate to understand that if you don't like watching something, to just not watch it. But that's not why you're here, is it? You're here because you're trying to silence me, just like that other idiot, huh? You see, that's why I get to do this beautiful thing where I get to watch the silent majority vote you out. Just like what happened in our last election. Oh, wait, hold on. That's what happens whenever you silence everybody. They just vote against you quietly. Why don't you quit whining? Well, why don't you quit whining? Why are you here? If all you do is complain when you show up, then why are you here? No one asked you to be here. No one wants you here, especially if you're just annoying. We are here to troll you, idiot. Well, thanks, because you're giving me lots of money by doing it. Not a whole bunch, but enough. And then I get to make content out of you. So, ooh, 62%. People aren't too sure about this guy, huh? Are allowed. Silent majority. Ha ha ha. You guys are allowed. Crybaby minority. Yeah, that's why they killed Kirk, huh? And that's why Trump got the most votes by any candidate. Keep thinking that. Keep doing it. Maybe one day it'll work for you. Bye, loser. Have fun. Oh, man. Now we got... Well, they coming out of the Woolworth today, boys. Yeah, I do. I'm a content creator. I make money doing this now. Before this, I was a firefighter. Made $60,000 a year. Do you have a job? I certainly hope it's not living in your mom's basement. Anybody else? Yeah, we putting that band test, dude. I need to get like some kind of research or something for the band system. That's what I need. Yo, W Medical Coder. That's what's up. That's good stuff, bro. All right, man. See you around. By the way, we here every day. Every day I go live 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. Please sub to the channel. It's just me. I'm doing it all, boys. I'm doing all the editing, uploading, streaming. I make all the stuff. Check out that Got Good channel membership. Those exclusive emotes I made myself. I need to update it. I need to make some more emotes, but everything is done by me. All learned from scratch, by the way. Everything that you see on this channel is by me. From learning from other YouTubers, other people, and like kind of like using it and twisting it to my own way in some way, shape, or form. And that's bullshit. Bro, you shouldn't lose your job because you had to take time off to bring your parents to dialysis. Any job, and that's another thing. This at-will bullshit that these companies are allowed to do is dog shit. That's dog shit. That's garbage. We need to get rid of that.
America didn't use 500 years ago, you retard? I know. That's why my family fought in the Revolutionary War.
Okay,
there's a lot of goyim out there.
From this, we have completely lost where we were at, bro. Man, the quality of the people that I've been pulling up have gotten really bad lately. Like, it's kind of sad when I think about it. Like, man, we used to be able to use these all the time, and now the quality's just gone, bro. What happened? We used to have such good people that we could pull up and make fun of. And they're all just gone now because they're losers. Oh, here we go. I do not like this lady. I do not like her at all.
Democrat Ilhan Omar
they need to denaturalize and deport this lady. You need to go back to your country, lady.
Potential ties to a massive state fraud scheme and now facing pressure from Republicans as Tom Homan signals the feds may get involved.
Oh, please. Tom Homan, dude, do it. Come on, please. Please, 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 please. I am on my knees begging Tom Homan. Bro, you will prove to the entire country you are a legendary patriot, brother. Please do it.
Being reviewed. A lot of smart people are on it. Stay tuned.
State correspondent
Let's
Mike
go.
Tobin has got the details. He's with us in Chicago. Hi, Mike.
And, John, the issue Minnesota Republicans have with her is that Congresswoman Ilhan Omar is not facing the questions, not to reporters, not to the Minnesota House Committee on Fraud Prevention. You've got the issue of her family estate. Disclosures show she and her husband, Tim Minette, went from debt to anywhere between $6 and $30 million in 2024. A few weeks ago, a new disclosure was filed stating their combined assets were between $18,000 and $95,000.
Well, I guess that means she's got to face 34 counts of a felony for fucking up on her taxes like Trump, right? That's obviously where this needs to go. I mean, now you've got to face 34 counts of felonies, right? Surely.
Blame the discrepancy as much as $29 million on an accountant who failed to subtract the liabilities of Minette's businesses. Then you have the Feeding Our Future scandal. Omar championed the Meals Act, which Republicans say removed the guardrails. Meals were billed to taxpayers but never delivered to the tune of $250 million. A player at the center of the scandal is a partner in what was the Safari restaurant. Omar held campaign and promotion events there. The Minnesota House Committee wants to ask questions on both subjects, but Omar does not respond.
It's just another example.
And she also owned a business where she sold and made wine, which, by the way, in their culture, not their culture, but their religion, is against their religion. I don't expect somebody that's against their own religion and doing things against their own religion to make good decisions. I just don't.
Of disrespecting Minnesotans. She thinks she can get away with things like this because she's, a powerful politician, but Minnesotans are fed up. Minnesotans in her district are fed up. They really care about how their money is spent.
Robbins sent another letter to Omar's office requesting disclosures about communications with and donations from people convicting in the Feeding Our Futures program. Reporters have tracked her down, and they never get an answer. My team has reached out to Omar's office. Also no answer. The only communication we've got is that statement from her office blaming the $29 million discrepancy on the accountant. John?
She seems to have a lot of problems with accountants. Mike Tubman for us in Chicago. Mike, thank you.
Hey, you know why? You know what accountants do? They hold people accountable. Iran's new leader.
To Operation Epic Fury, President Trump.
Boys, I think we found a new. I think we found the new head for the chicken that's been running around.
To Operation Epic Fury, President Trump says he is looking for an everlasting deal with Iran, but he says it's tough because their leaders are fighting like cats and dogs.
Madeline Rivera joins us live from Washington with all of these details. Good morning, Maddie.
Good morning, Ashley and Todd. President Trump indicates he is not rushing to make a deal with Iran because he says infighting within the regime's leadership has complicated negotiating efforts. He says Iran is the one under pressure, arguing their infrastructure could crumble if they don't get their oil moving soon.
They have all new leadership and they're fighting like cats and dogs for who's going to control. Because we've created a real mess for them. But I also took a little break. I gave them a break. And remember this.
I don't know. I've always lived by I've lived by three philosophies. ABC, always be cheating. Second one is never negotiate with terrorists, and the third one is always once a cheater, always a cheater. Those are the three rules of life right there, boys.
I want to make the best deal. I could make a deal right now. Do you know that if I left right now, we had a tremendous success. It would take them 20 years to rebuild, but I don't want to do that. I want to have it everlasting.
Trying to get all that oil, boys. You trying to get all that Earl.
Iran's supreme leader now issuing a rare statement denying that Iran's regime has a rift. He says due to the strange unity created among compatriots.
Oh, yeah, then why don't you show your face? If you're as united as you claim to be, then why don't you show your face? Why aren't you doing any press conferences?
A fracture has occurred in the enemy. Cohesion has become even greater and more steel-like, and the enemies will become more wretched and diminished. The enemy's media operations intend to undermine national unity and security. May our negligence not allow this sinister intent to come to fruition. The president suggests the U.S. stands to benefit from the ceasefire, provided Iran does not lay mines on the Strait of Hormuz. And today, the Pentagon will have a press briefing at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. It comes as the president says the U.S. military has hit 75% of its targets in Iran, but he acknowledges the regime may have loaded up a bit during the 2-week hiatus in the fighting. Todd and Ashley.
Okay, Maddie, thank you so much. And the ceasefire between Lebanon and Israel is now extended following a high-level meeting in the Oval Office. And President Trump is hopeful that the leaders of the two countries will soon meet face-to-face. Listen.
We think that
We didn't have a draft for Iraq and Afghanistan. Why the hell would there be a draft now? You're dumb. That's what I think of the draft. What are you even on about, bro? There is no draft. There wasn't a draft for 20 years in Iraq and Afghanistan. Why the fuck would they call a draft now? Are you stupid? It's obvious that you have no idea. Like, I'm 31. I'm not going to get drafted, bro. You can join to the military up to the age of 42 now, but you don't. Like, someone like me isn't going to get drafted. Are you dumb? If we were in Iraq and Afghanistan for 20 years and they didn't call for a draft a single time, what the hell makes you, like, you realize that the amount of soldiers that died in Iraq and Afghanistan have been exponentially higher than the war that we've had with Iran? Like, we haven't even lost a fraction, not even a percentage at this point. It's like 0.01%. what we lost in Iraq and Afghanistan. Like, what are you on about with this nonsense? Are you stupid? Trump never said there was going to be a draft. Stop lying. You're actively lying, bro. You can't even say anything that's truthful. You have to sit here and lie. Because there's been one too many third worlders that are like, everyone ready for the draft? There's not going to be a draft. You're pretty fucking stupid if you even let that shit sit there in your brain and circulate. This guy is obviously a problem child. Did Trump set up his attempted assassination? Why would somebody want to get shot in the fucking ear? Like, what are we gonna do with this guy, man? What are we gonna do with this guy? I'm gonna put his name down there so that way everybody knows who it is. You think Trump do you think Trump set up his own assassination? No, I don't think Trump wanted his ear to be shot off. No, I don't. What the hell are we doing, bro? Like, seriously, like, what are we doing? Why? Why are you this way? Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm here every day, 8 a.m. to noon. I'm so sorry. God, dude, I'm here every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time, every single day. Every single day. Please like the stream, sub to the channel, look at the channel membership. You don't have to get it, but just look at it, you know? And W to everyone that keeps showing up. Everyone that keeps showing up every day and showing the support, just by showing up and watching the stream and hitting like on the stream does wonders. Just doing that, y'all are doing more than enough. Okay? W people that are just showing up, W gifters and W channel members. Y'all are awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. Yes, W to everybody. We're here every day trash talking people, banning people, and making fun of people, so please show up. In poll. Sent 100 for 2 joules. W2 joules. W2 joules. Where'd that guy go? What the hell was his name? Is right here. Brother, you know why? Because I've been doing this for the better part of 3 months now, going live every day. I used to only do weekdays, and I'd take the weekends off. Do you know how many comments I've pulled up of people saying, are you ready for the draft? Are you ready for the draft? Are you ready for the draft? Draft. It's the same shit. It's just in a different flavor. Okay? I'm not the person that's going to keep eating this shit. I'm the person that's going to knock the pan out of your hand. That's the kind of person I am.
The president of Lebanon and the prime minister of Israel over the next couple of weeks will be coming here.
Yo, W5 gifted. W5 gifted. Let's go.
They've agreed to an additional 3 weeks of...
I saw another shit talker. Hold on. I saw another shit talker. We got to point at him and laugh. Hold on. We have hundreds and... No, not yet. Not him. You seem to understand this well. Tell me, why are we in this war? Is this... I feel like I've seen your name here before. Why are we in this war? I'll tell you why. Because there is a race of people called the Iranians that are being systematically genocided for having opposing political views, locked up in prison and raped for having opposing political views. They're systematically being killed for being out past curfew or wearing their headscarf incorrectly. In fact, recently, Trump had to tell the Iranian administration, the IRGC, to not kill, like yesterday, to not publicly execute 8 women that were scheduled for executions, and they ended up letting 4 of them go. And by the way, they were political opposers. They ended up letting 4 of them go, or 4 or 5 of them go, and I think 3 of them have been are going to be sentenced to a year in prison. How does it go from execution to being scheduled a year in prison? This race of people, is the IRGC and the regime that the Ayatollah ran, funded proxy terrorism all across the Middle East that caused the deaths of hundreds of Americans and American soldiers. They also captured Americans and held them for 444 days prior to their release, where Obama sent them $400 million, which, by the way, is the equivalent amount that it costs to get that downed pilot out of Iran. And I feel like the money was much better off spent getting that downed pilot as opposed to cracking open whatever shit shack those American soldiers were being held in, where they were being tortured for 444 days. We should have attacked them then. These IRGC has been screaming death to America for 47 years and have systematically killed 45,000 people and made the families that they've killed pay for the bullets to collect their loved ones. And you want to tell me that them having nukes is going to be good for the rest of the world? They've shown that they're willing to kill whoever they have to stay in power. What makes you think that them owning a nuke is going to be any different? It's just on a larger scale. They would systematically nuke as many countries as it took to stay in systematic power over the entire world. It's called leading by example. I know a lot about this because I've been covering it even before Fox did. Asman has Iranians that talk to him and go to him and make videos that have talked about exactly what's been going on in Iran long before Fox ever picked up on it or any other legacy media. I know exactly what's going on in Iran.
I guess no firing, ceasefire, no more firing.
Again, if you stick around, we're here every day, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Central Time, doing the exact same thing every day. Every day, even the weekends and all. And I was even here on Easter.
Hezbollah to think about.
President Trump says the U.S. will work with Lebanon to protect itself from the Iranian-backed terror group.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all.
And there are obviously some more details that I've left out that I haven't said, but that's just a basic rundown of everything thus far.
The U.S. accusing China of stealing AI secrets, with the White House Science and Technology Director writing on X, quote, the U.S. has evidence that foreign entities, primarily in China, are running industrial-scale distillation campaigns to steal American AI. We will be taking action.
How did America start it? Because you're obviously not American. You're not American. So how did America start it? And the next thing that you type, if it's not explaining how America started it, it's an immediate permaban. This is my proof to anybody that's new here that this is not an echo chamber. And if you're going to sit here and continue to spam the same bullshit without an actual example or any new information, it's an immediate perma. I don't undo bans either. If you get banned here, it's permanent. Allah is good. Like I said, you're not American. You're not American, brother. I know you're not. I gotta admit, I got to tip my hat to your patriotism for your country. I do. I have to. But you're not American.
To protect American innovation, these foreign entities are using tens of thousands of proxies and jailbreaking techniques in coordinated campaigns to systematically extract American breakthroughs. Now, this escalation, major escalation, comes just weeks before President Trump is set to visit Beijing. Joining me now is the host of Politics in Perspective, Tom Del Beccaro. Tom, we want your perspective on this. Yet another reminder, and we need to always drive this home. China is not merely a competitor, as Joe Biden said. They are an adversary, and they're stealing our stuff.
Yes, and it goes beyond that. In the old days, you would have manufacture things over in China, and they'd steal your secrets from the manufacturing floor. Now is
Okay, we're waiting. That's right, boys. It's another day in paradise. Nothing? You got all day, man. They said themselves they preemptively attacked because if not, Israel was gonna do it anyway. So they had to hit first, otherwise their bases would be attacked. The fuck are you talking about? They said themselves that they preemptively attacked because it. Am I the only one having trouble trying to put this together? With all the information that so like... You know, just being at the negotiation table doesn't mean shit. If your goal is still to get nukes, it doesn't matter how many times you go to the negotiation table if all the outcomes involve the one thing that nobody in the Middle East or America wants. That's not negotiating, that's just sitting at a table. You do understand that, right? I certainly hope that you're smart enough to understand that. You know how I know that, and the people that have stuck around here long enough know that? Because I've covered that. We've already looked at that, bro. You're playing chess, and I'm already taking your queen. I mean, your king. Like, there are 2,000 videos in a playlist on this channel that have covered everything that has happened in Iran from the start, even before Legacy was covering it. I was covering it before Fox. I just said that, too. Just because you're like... And you know what's crazy is you're wrong. You're lying. Iran refused to go to the negotiating table because they always wanted the one thing. They wanted nukes. That's all they've wanted. You don't think that this right here hasn't come up 700 times since this war has begun? You're just another pawn, dude. You know how many people have said this nonsense? Like, it's the same BS. Why the fuck would I lie about this? I don't know, because you're stupid. You think that you know something and you don't. I have actual videos on the channel that show Iran never came to the table. And any like time that they were trying to do this deal it was always the same end. If you scream death to America for 47 years and you're on the verge of getting nuclear weapons, which is what they're trying to take away, just because you go to the negotiating table doesn't make the outcome any different. If you go to the negotiating table with a country that's way higher power than you, and you just won't, it's like if you have a parent and they're telling you can't have that toy, so you try to steal it out of the store and you get caught. What the hell you think's gonna happen? You go get your ass torn up. That's what's gonna happen to you. You go get your ass beat. In the store, too. Like, what do you mean? Just because you're at the negotiating... Oh, well, I'm at the negotiating table. I still want nukes. Okay, well, what if we don't do the nukes and we can send a whole bunch of money to you to revitalize your entire culture? No, I want nukes. Nukes. I want nukes. I'm going to make it the nukes. Okay. Well, then we're just going to start bombing the shit out of you and killing all your administration. Just because you come to the table and you don't want to like, just sitting at the table saying that you want the thing that we're trying to not make you want doesn't make the outcome any different. Like, okay, well, you obviously don't want to, you want to wait 4 more years for the next administration so that way you can continue to enrich uranium and make nukes. Well, it's time for you to go. It's time for you to go now. Now you're dead. Now your ideology and your bullshit doesn't matter when you're riding a missile into hell. It doesn't matter now. You're dead. Your honor and your tradition. Well, none of that matters when your book is on fire and you're dead because a missile blew you up. Like, what are we doing? Your 5 years name. There are reasons why they behalf of Israel. No one cares about Israel. There's a foreign country ruled by a bunch of terrorists that are trying to get nukes to terrorize the rest of the world. They can't have it. And as far as I'm concerned, if it has to come down to cracking the sun over their civilization like we did to Japan in order for them to surrender, then that's what it's going to have to come to. The fact that Trump is even at the table negotiating with these terrorists is beyond me. I don't think you understand the kind of person you're talking to. I don't think you understand at all. You think that there's rules whenever they are moving military equipment into hospitals and schools? There's no rules with these people. They're terrorists. They made the legal age of joining their military 12 years old. There's no rules with terrorists. There's only who wins. And you know who wins? Those are the people that rewrite history books. You don't understand what kind of person you're talking to at all, do you? Because if you did, you wouldn't be saying that. Again, I've been covering this since even before legacy media started covering it. I know what kind of people these are. Their own Iranian people that have fled that country know what kind of people they are. The Kurds are made up majority Iranian exiles. You're not going to convince me that anything that the IRGC is doing is good. Bomb them into submission. Kill them all. I don't care about the IRGC. I don't care whatever deal they're going to make. Do you know how many deals these motherfucking terrorists have made over the span of 50 years that they've broken? All of them. They've even failed their own country. They're genociding their own people. 45,000 people slaughtered. Nah, bro, you don't make deals with terrorists. You kill them. Or you bomb them into submission. And here's the kicker. When they lay down their arms, the IRGC, if they lay down their arms, the Iranians will kill them. They're between a rock and a hard place. If they don't lay down their arms, their economy goes in the shitter, and then all the people rise up because they're starving to death. We've just accelerated their economy, that's all. I don't care about these people. I care about the Iranians. I don't care about the IRGC. The Ayatollah got what was coming to him. I don't care about those countries. I don't care. You know what country I care about? America. If America has to crack the sun on all you might as well add Israel into that too. Because this could be a lineup with Israel. If America has to crack the sun over a foreign civilization in order to maintain dominance and power, then that's what it takes. You want to call us the American bullies? Well, maybe we should be. I don't care about any other country other than America. America is supreme. I'm tired of doing other countries' dirty work and having to pay them for it. Fuck that. We don't need any other country. And we're tired of hearing foreign countries scream death to America and Western culture. If you don't want, here's a cheat code for you. If you don't want bombs being dropped in your country, then don't scream death to America and death to Western culture. Maybe fix your own culture before you can sit here and criticize a foreign culture. How about that? How about that? You don't get the right to criticize a foreign culture whenever you call people names for criticizing yours. That's not a privilege you get. That's what America First looks like.
Technology advances at such a rapid pace. I like to say we're in a race against technological time. They can sit from afar.
Bro didn't know who he was talking to. I have said that multiple times. A lot of you have heard me say that multiple times. I imagine whenever y'all start hearing that spiel, they're like, oh, this again. You think I'm scared to say what I think? No. Most transparent streamer on the internet, boys.
Just like Iran, hack our systems or download.
Oh, but these other countries, you screaming death to America? You're not going to be a country for very long. You're going to be a pothole.
Systems and steal this data and then use it against the United States in some respects as well. So it's a very serious issue.
Let's listen to former CIA officer Tom Ryan.
You know what? You know how much I got paid? By the way, W constant viewers, my income doubled. I made $230 last month, and this month I made $450, and I went and I split 50-50 on a lobster dinner with my fiance. I made $450 this past month on the 21st, so I won't get paid again until next month. And you know what? W people, everybody here that's doing the thing, that's showing up, hitting like on the streams and subbing to the channel, y'all are blowing it up like crazy. W viewers and W donos, W gifted. At the rate I'm going, I'm finally going to be able to afford a living here soon. W to everybody here. I ain't paid a damn dime.
On one example of what was done. Take a listen.
And by the way, I'm already lined up for next month. I'm going to be getting, so far, it says $550. But if it keeps going the way it's going, it's going to be more than that. So W viewers, W channel members, W likes on videos, W comments on all the videos. Y'all are doing it. Keep doing it. We need to get to more people so that way we can start doing it even more. Think I'm not, dude, I don't fucking care. Hell, if I knew I wouldn't leak any information, I'd be pulling up the amount made. I don't give a shit.
Who stole Google's latest generation TPU
It's called being transparent. When you lose sight that the people that follow you and support you are the ones that pay your fucking bills, you don't ever bite that hand. Ever. You always be transparent. And the minute you start taking money from an outside source, just because it's a big lump sum of money, you lost in the sauce, Hoss. Ain't no way in hell. Nope. Not here.
Technology at the center of $1 trillion industry.
Yo, W499. Hell yeah. Let's go. W dono. W 10 joules. Investment groups, Wade, do you invest like crypto back in the day? I know I have crypto, but like it ain't going anywhere, man. I got like $800. Well, it's less. It's way less than that now. I think it's like $250 because the market's just been plummeting. but like the most it's ever been is 800, and so now I'm in the negative. So it's like I kind of stopped doing that. What I'm gonna do is if I start making a lot of money, I want to hire an investor and I want to pay him to invest my money, so that way I can set aside money to invest in the stream. Like a stream that I want to do whenever I start making enough to finally afford a freaking cost of living is to get a pallet of keyboard, 2 pallets of keyboards, and I want to smash 1 pallet on stream for every dono, and then I'm gonna give the other pallet away on stream. Like just give it away to like not the whole thing, but like individual keyboards. I want to get like good keyboards so that way people like every time they use them, they'll last long, they'll be good and durable, you know, that kind of stuff. And I don't want a company to pay me to use their keyboards. I want to buy the keyboards. I don't want to feel obligated to hype up a keyboard. I don't like that. It's the same way with games. Like if I get paid to play a game, I feel like I can't talk shit about it. I don't like that feeling. If I don't like the game, I want to be like, this game is garbage. I don't like that feeling.
What is most striking about Ding is not the theft itself. It's rather that he advertised the theft as his company's differentiator when he was back in the PRC. It's important to note that while Ding was caught, that technology is gone, and we will only see the consequence of that in several years through a low-cost copycat.
We are in an AI war with China. The winner will in all likelihood control the future. So what happens when Donald Trump visits Beijing, talks with Xi Jinping in a couple weeks? What does this?
I don't know what that is. I can't see the amount. Yo, $10. $10 robot wearing tie-dye. You want to open a fish burger restaurant with me? Keep up the good work. Oh man, we always hear every day 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And as soon as I hire an editor, it's going to be longer than that. The only reason why I haven't been staying on later is because I have to edit all these videos out for content after the streams. So I'm usually stuck doing that until like 5 in the afternoon and then uploading it. It's a nightmare. As soon as I get an editor, I'm going to start running longer streams. We may even start gaming on streams again. But like as of right now, I'm kind of like I'm hosed, man. I'm capped. You know what I'm saying? I'm capped. I can't do nothing. Yo, but $10, hell yeah.
Mean for that discussion.
Well, keep in mind that Donald Trump put the China issue
again. Guy did not know who he was talking to. Did not know who he was talking to. Brother, I don't make a living off of this quite yet. Though it's a damn good thing that I started making money because things were looking a little bleak here. I'm not going to lie.
Most presidents just put it under the rug since Nixon.
Not gonna
saying,
lie.
"Oh, we have this relationship," but Trump made it front and center the problem that China is. So the question now is, given that they put arms towards Iran, and now this issue has come front and center, does he even go? If he does go, you don't go to a foreign country like China without some agreement in advance or something you're going to get out of the trip. But what does China have to offer?
Who? Warstock? No. I ain't never heard of no Warstock before. What the hell is that? Bro, I'm 31. I've been poor my whole damn life, bro, and that hasn't really changed. I'm still poor. I just told you what my income was.
So I'm not sure what's happening behind.
That's 450 so far this past month. Not a week. This past month. I don't even think I can file taxes yet. That's how little.
But Trump needs to come away with China with something, and this issue is only getting worse over time.
If I'm reading between the lines in your answer, you think the timing of this release was deliberate?
Yeah, absolutely. And it should be, because in the 2030s is going to be very dangerous as quantum computing takes hold. What China can do today
if I have to pay money to a group to like, I want to know who Asmon uses. I would love to know who Asmongold uses. Maybe if I get big enough, then I'll be able to reach out to him and ask him what group he uses, because I want to use whatever he's using.
Nothing compared to what they can do in the next decade. And so this needs to be nipped in the bud now. And the next Democrat president isn't.
And I'm probably going to do the same thing Asmongold does. I'm going to hand my money off to a financial group, and I don't want to be involved with what happens to the money. I just want to make sure that it's gaining and not failing. That's the only thing I'm going to care about.
Be willing to do that.
And it's not necessarily I want a whole bunch of money, even though it is that. Who doesn't want that? But it's also to make sure that if I'm buying stuff for streaming, that I'm not going to like fuck myself over, you know?
They are domestic presidents, not foreign policy presidents.
But also the Democrats, including one Bernie Sanders, have not been strong on China in the past, and they continue to not be. He still wants to meet with AI experts from China in this, think tank type forum type deal. Specifically, the language that they use, the event that Bernie Sanders wants to go to is
That's right. We don't play. That's right. I guarantee there's going to be a lot of older people that are going to be on their porches whenever they get old and rickety, creaking back and forth in their rocking chair with their shotgun in their hands, telling people to get off their property. That's America, man.
International cooperation. That's in quotes.
They're going to be going up to you. Taxes, nope, get off.
Cooperate with someone in AI when their whole business model for AI is to steal our technology.
Well, that's their business model for decades, and it's cost us trillions of dollars.
Okay. Unfortunately, I do have to roll. We're going to do the fish stream or the whatever stream is up after this. So the stream will come down, and then there'll be another stream up for like 11 or 12 minutes where we react to like nature or something. It's like the calm after the storm, because we talk about a lot of heavy topics in here. Like a lot, especially today. Today was a lot of heavy topics. And then after I head out for the day because I got to start editing. So yeah, this stream is going to go down. If you stick around and refresh the page a bunch, eventually another stream is going to come up for 10 or 11 minutes. If you want to join that, you can. If not, I will see you political peoples tomorrow, and I will see a lot of y'all tomorrow. If not, I'll see some of y'all in a few minutes. And hell yeah. Hold on, wait, let me get the music going. Let me get that music going. Hold on. I want that one. Nah, let's do this one. Let's do Statement. By the way, all the music that I use is through the creator program. And every song that you've heard has all been the same artist. His name is Neffex, Neffex. So, if you guys want to look up any of the songs, I gotta hand it to him. All these songs are free for me to use, and they're free for me because I'm part of the creator program, and they're all bangers. I don't think I've heard a single song from him yet that I dislike. I don't think I have. But yeah, you can check them out on YouTube. YouTube is a great place for them. But they don't take any of my revenue for using their songs, so that's what makes them so cool. All right, boys. Stay safe out there. Stay friendly. Stay out of trouble. Stay away from crazy people. You might catch the craziness. Try to put a smile on someone's face. You might change their whole day or their whole life. W chat. W commenters and donos and channel members. W politics and Asmongold. Like, y'all have been absolutely insane with the support. Thank all of y'all so much, and I'm so happy that every day I'll get on and I get to see all y'all showing up and showing the love and support. Y'all are all awesome, by the way. And I will see y'all, some of y'all tomorrow and some of y'all in a few minutes. Peace. And lack of healthcare. Well, now you're banned. I figured you weren't going to be a good actor, and that just proved it. Bye, idiot. So he won't be joining us again because he's stupid. and we are gonna roll up out of here now. Peace.
You could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit.